The dog game is dying. Let's talk about the game first, not the dogs. It's the challenge of the wins, the competitive addiction, the thrill of the win, and the rewards of achievements. Losing only gives you the drive to come back. I learned to watch the winners, my motivation was there, my dedication was evident, now I'm a winner. The problem is the cheating to win, manipulating the truth, and then it's the all outliers. How is this sharing our achievements with liars, cheaters, and bullshitters? We have lost the historical value of the dog game. We can't decipher the real from the fake, the lost is the cost. So I salute these dogs of going hard kennels for all that you've given me in the game.
Let's talk about pit bulls. The history, the breeding, the maintaining and feeding, and the controversies surrounding the great hunts. Come interact with the legends, and ask questions, and listen to their stories as we talk about kennels and dogs of the past and present. Hosted by one of the game's most respected kennels, with over 40 years in the hunt, going hard kennels Twin 1 and Twin 2, dogs like Champion the Apbt, the very first champion off Grand Champion Mayday, the Dog of the Year, and Register of Merit. Champion Pretty Mama, 2-time Best in Show and 2-time Gamest in Show. Going Hard's Bay Bay, Register of Merit, Damn to Champion What a Day, Champion Gus, Champion El Rod, Champion Yellow Bird. So pull up a seat, and let's talk dogs.
The dog game is dying. Let's talk about the game first, not the dogs. It's the challenge of the wins, the competitive addiction, the thrill of the win, and the rewards of achievements. Losing only gives you the drive to come back. I learned to watch the winners, my motivation was there, my dedication was evident, now I'm a winner. The problem is the cheating to win, manipulating the truth, and then it's the all outliers. How is this sharing our achievements with liars, cheaters, and bullshitters? We have lost the historical value of the dog game. We can't decipher the real from the fake, the lost is the cost. So I salute these dogs of going hard kennels for all that you've given me in the game.
Let's talk about pit bulls. The history, the breeding, the maintaining and feeding, and the controversies surrounding the great hunts. Come interact with the legends, and ask questions, and listen to their stories as we talk about kennels and dogs of the past and present. Hosted by one of the game's most respected kennels, with over 40 years in the hunt, going hard kennels Twin 1 and Twin 2, dogs like Champion the Apbt, the very first champion off Grand Champion Mayday, the Dog of the Year, and Register of Merit. Champion Pretty Mama, 2-time Best in Show and 2-time Gamest in Show. Going Hard's Bay Bay, Register of Merit, Damn to Champion What a Day, Champion Gus, Champion El Rod, Champion Yellow Bird. So pull up a seat, and let's talk dogs.
The dog game is dying. Let's talk about the game first, not the dogs. It's the challenge of the wins, the competitive addiction, the thrill of the win, and the rewards of achievements. Losing only gives you the drive to come back. I learned to watch the winners, my motivation was there, my dedication was evident, now I'm a winner. The problem is the cheating to win, manipulating the truth, and then it's the all outliers. How is this sharing our achievements with liars, cheaters, and bullshitters? We have lost the historical value of the dog game. We can't decipher the real from the fake, the lost is the cost. So I salute these dogs of going hard kennels for all that you've given me in the game.
Let's talk about pit bulls. The history, the breeding, the maintaining and feeding, and the controversies surrounding the great hunts. Come interact with the legends, and ask questions, and listen to their stories as we talk about kennels and dogs of the past and present. Hosted by one of the game's most respected kennels, with over 40 years in the hunt, going hard Kennels Twin 1 and Twin 2, dogs like Champion the Debrat, the very first champion off Grand Champion May Day, the Dog of the Year, and Register of Merit. Champion Pretty Mama, two-time Best in Show and two-time Gamest in Show. Going Hard's Bay Bay, Register of Merit, Damn to Champion What a Day, Champion Gus, Champion Elrod, Champion Yellowbird. So pull up a seat, and let's talk dogs.
The dog game is dying. Let's talk about the game first, not the dogs. It's the challenge of the wins, the competitive addiction, the thrill of the win, and the rewards of achievements. Losing only gives you the drive to come back. I learned to watch the winners, my motivation was there, my dedication was evident, now I'm a winner. The problem is the cheating to win, manipulating the truth, and then it's the all outliers. How is this sharing our achievements with liars, cheaters, and bullshitters? We have lost the historical value of the dog game. We can't decipher the real from the fake, the lost is the cost. So I salute these dogs of going hard kennels for all that you've given me in the game.
Let's talk about pit bulls. The history, the breeding, the maintaining and feeding, and the controversies surrounding the great hunts. Come interact with the legends, and ask questions, and listen to their stories as we talk about kennels and dogs of the past and present. Hosted by one of the game's most respected kennels, with over 40 years in the hunt, going hard Kennels Twin 1 and Twin 2, dogs like Champion the Debrat, the very first champion off Grand Champion May Day, the Dog of the Year, and Register of Merit. Champion Pretty Mama, two-time Best in Show and two-time Gamest in Show. Going Hard's Bay Bay, Register of Merit, Damn to Champion What a Day, Champion Gus, Champion Elrod, Champion Yellowbird. So pull up a seat, and let's talk dogs.
The dog game is dying. Let's talk about the game first, not the dogs. It's the challenge of the wins, the competitive addiction, the thrill of the win, and the rewards of achievements. Losing only gives you the drive to come back. I learned to watch the winners, my motivation was there, my dedication was evident, now I'm a winner. The problem is the cheating to win, manipulating the truth, and then it's the all outliers. How is this sharing our achievements with liars, cheaters, and bullshitters? We have lost the historical value of the dog game. We can't decipher the real from the fake, the lost is the cost. So I salute these dogs of going hard kennels for all that you've given me in the game.
Let's talk about pit bulls. The history, the breeding, the maintaining and feeding, and the controversies surrounding the great hunts. Come interact with the legends, and ask questions, and listen to their stories as we talk about kennels and dogs of the past and present. Hosted by one of the game's most respected kennels, with over 40 years in the hunt, going hard Kennels Twin 1 and Twin 2, dogs like Champion the Debrat, the very first champion off Grand Champion May Day, the Dog of the Year, and Register of Merit. Champion Pretty Mama, two-time Best in Show and two-time Gamest in Show. Going Hard's Bay Bay, Register of Merit, Damn to Champion What a Day, Champion Gus, Champion Elrod, Champion Yellowbird. So pull up a seat, and let's talk dogs.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Check my check, my check. Can y'all hear me? Hey, what's up, fam? What up, y'all? I'll see. First man I need to see, Mr. David Morris. What's up, Mr. Morris? My man. What up, y'all? What up, Mr. Burning Star? What's up, Pam? Oh, right now. What up, dog? Go, Nicholas. Showing up. What's up, Pam? What up, y'all? More in the house. Thanks for coming out here on this Talk Shit Tuesday. Double M Dismo. This fool. What's up, Bam? John Johnson. Who's Kennels? I see you, Bam. Man, Doctor. What's up, Bam? What's up, Carlos Vegas? Thank y'all for coming out, fellas. Thank y'all for coming out. I see ya. I see ya. What up now? We in there. We in there. Hey, y'all, we gonna be doing that Robert Lamb tonight. We gonna go check out Robert Lamb. Y'all better get y'all pen and pencils together. I know y'all know about that Robert Lamb. Get these notes. Better get these notes. This is free by proxy. Free by proxy. Y'all better get it while you can, because it's going to come through here 1 or 2 times now. Then we're going to hit them pedigrees and pedigrees I've been talking about. We're going to hit out here with y'all. Let y'all know what's swinging out here on the D line. On the dog line, we call that the D line. What's up there, Joe Brown? Dog Man TV. What's up, Pam? Hey. Say, what's up, boo? What's up, Pam? I see ya. Yeah, y'all. This gonna be interesting now. Y'all know how Robert Lamb is. I know guys are waiting on that one. I see what's going on with that. I mean, you know, he's always been known for the keep, man. You know, I got some pretty good ones under my belt now. I got some nice guys on here. I got Sprinkle Winkle. Yeah, sir. He another cold one. Let me see what else did I sneak up in there. I've got Fat Bill. Shit. Yeah. Yeah, I got Gary Hammond stuff. I got a little insight on everybody. I hope they be better than Crenshaw and them shit. You know, we want to see some keeps that's believable, though. You know, some of the shit we was looking at, man, you already know we was looking at that shit like scratching our ass. Come on, y'all. Come on now. We know what's up. For those that don't know what's up, don't worry. We're gonna guide you. We got you. We got you. We're gonna pull out the stupid shit, point it out. We don't want y'all out here making some old goofy mistakes and shit. You know, thinking they being up and up. I'm gonna let you know if it's sounding up and up and if it's sounding a little shaky. You know, Jan Crenshaw ain't walking no 10 miles 6 days out of the damn week. He could at least told us what he was doing. You know, don't be making it like you out there walking like that. Knowing damn well, you know, using the e-meal, you know, treadmill, you know, you couldn't be using the treadmill. You want to walk a little bit and run the mill a little bit. So, hey, come on now. If I'm going to be doing something that's going to consist of some walking, I'm going to have mine on let you meal walking 10 miles or down where in the world. You know, when we young, we can do that. But you know, Jan Crenshaw barely walk up straight. You know what I'm saying? She talking about he walked 10 miles with Gator or walked 10 miles with Blackjack. Knowing damn well. Knowing damn well. Come on, y'all. Let's keep it real. We know the deal. So we got to help them youngsters, though. We got to help them youngsters. Uh-oh. Dog Man TV said he uses Robert keep, the running keep. You know, that's that pace runner. That's that pace set, baby. Yeah, we're going to be talking about some of that pace set shit. You know, he was probably one of the first guys that jumped out there and was talking about that pace game. You know what I'm saying? Taking y'all out there into them waters where y'all wasn't used to going. Shit. Taking you marathoners and turning y'all into track stars. You can't go that fast. You run all day, but you can't go fast, huh? Got you on that one. All the running in the world can't stop a pace setter if he already got you, if he got you paced out now. You use all your energy so quick you ain't got no long energy. You know what I'm saying? Dogman TV, you might have to jump in here and help us, man. Dogman TV, look here. I'm gonna have to have Mike throw that link down. You might have to stop in here and go with this Robert Lim yourself with us tonight. How about that? Come on up, man. Come on up. Because you're going to tell us if it's real. You know what I'm saying? Let us know if there's some shaky shit that we need to question now. But we need to see you tonight. You're welcome to come on up there and sit with me, man, and do this thing with me. Ain't gonna be anybody else that want to put the 2 cents up in there. That's all I got to say about it. You're free to be. You're free to be, baby. Come on, I got it. I got it all the way right. It wasn't STP. It was Super Kennels who bought a dog from the Colored Brothers, and the dog was 357. And you're right. You're exactly right. That's right. It was the Colored Brothers who had 357 before Super Kennels got him. You're correct. Remember, I told you all before the Super Kennels and Colored Brothers used to do dogs. You know, it was almost like a running team there. You know, it was like a punch and go there. You know what I'm saying? Colored Brothers had some good dogs too, bro. Johnny Five, what's up, fam? You were definitely right. Okay, y'all. Today we're gonna jump off. We're gonna start off on the night, y'all. We're gonna start off on diving into this keep. Because today we're going to be doing some pedigrees, so y'all need to go ahead. All you puppy gatherers, got some these pretty puppies and shit. These gracious bloodlines, don't be bringing them up on the channel now if you don't want to go talk about them now, all right? We got a couple, you know how people is, these Shark Tank, everybody want to kiki and caca sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So, but we're gonna go do some running around. We're going to be doing some puppy checking, so let everybody know if you got any pups out there, you want to bring them up and put them up on the show tonight. You know, we're going to do that. It's going to be a short night, but it's going to be the right night, all right? So let's get started. Hey, Mad Doctor say 10 miles biking around Belle Isle, you're right, or walking 5.5 miles around. Let me see, I know you, let me see, 5 miles around what? Let me see. Oh, they're just walking 5.5 miles around. You know, 10 miles on the bike run and Belle Isle, you all right if you keep your bike. You know what I'm saying? You know what's up with Belle Isle. What's up there, Greta Dan? I see you, fam. Yes, sir. I used to ride around Belle Isle, especially on party days and shit, when y'all had to park on full. So the finest women walk this airport, you can find right there on Belle Isle on a Sunday. Shit. You know, Saturday night wasn't not too bright night. You know, when too bright night, it get dangerous up in there. You know what I'm saying? You can't put too many niggas together, especially on that island now. You know, I ain't but one way off that mug when they get funny now. Okay? So y'all need to be careful about that. But boy, some fine women. You know, I don't know something about Detroit. They got some fine little. You know, I'm one of them dipsticks. You know, I like them yellows. You know, I like them yellow dogs. Yellow dog. All boys been a yellow dog, man. I'm just keep it real with you. So, you know, but yeah, I tell you what. You know, y'all starting to look like a little like New York up there. With all them little espionades. You know what I mean? Chico Nichols say, look, Chico say, boy, the women so fine, they make you change your religion. Man, I just go in there with no religion, man, because you never know. Them girls up there, you got to be able to lie. Because my religion she is. What religion is you? I'm apathetic. Well, I'm apathetic too, fine girl. What church you go to? You know what I'm saying? Stop with that Stony Dog Man. He said, go 5 with Pond. He breaking it down. He got a breakdown here. Catching a small town outskirts of Chicago. We do trips on the reg, just regularly living. So come stretch season, it ain't no problem doing 10 a day. Oh, it's really not. How old are you? You know what I mean? I do 10 a day too on an e-bike. I do 10 right now for you on an e-bike, as long as it's charged up. You know what I mean? Shit, 10 miles on a bike period where the dog is like, whoa. For those who understand that part right there, 10 miles on a bike, let alone somebody talking about they walking 10 miles. You know what I'm saying? I done did them both. I done did the keys with both. And I learned I'm smarter than this. I am a whole lot smarter than this. Okay? So I have definitely did the 10-mile walking, and I did the 10 miles on a bike, and I've done the 10 miles on an electric mill. I done did the 10 miles on a treadmill. But if you notice, the whole time I'm doing these 10 miles, I have got to the point that I've done less work myself. I don't need to be doing all this down work. My dog do, not me. Okay? So you got to be a little smart. If you can't be a little smart, then you gotta have some get up in you, boy. Gotta have some get up in you. He said, I sticks with the feet. Well, you can't go wrong with the feet. That's one damn thing for sure. You can't get pace out of your dog if you're doing a lot on your feet. I'm just going to let you know that, my friend. Yes, you can get all the walking in the world. You can't never overwork a dog walking. That's for damn sure, baby boy. That's for damn sure. You cannot overwork your dog walking. Hey, what's up, Bloodthirst? I see ya. What up, fam? There you go. Yes, sir. All right, y'all. As we go down through here, say women are dangerous here too. Yeah, well, you sure is. They scammers, man. Come on, man. You ain't talking about the D. Everybody in there is. You picking up King Catherine. It ain't the girl that is trash. It's you. Yeah, who you thought about all that? Let's see, evening, all that are real and K9 first. Oh, y'all is just going all over the place here. All right, fellas, I'm gonna get on this thing here, man. I'm gonna do some. I'm gonna check out some stuff. Okay, where I find my shit at? All right, fellas. Hey, Mike. Hold on. Hey, I'll get this show back. Hey, what's up? Hey, okay, I can't tell the show. So I can like the stream. No, I just do it. Yeah, all I do. Huh? Say that now. And I'm doing the show. What you got? Yeah, hard one. You got. You just got for a year, and then you do that. Yeah. So you don't. You just give it to them once a month. If you do that every for a whole year, you dog give it a lot of hard to your dog. But I got to go through that article. Yes, sir. Oh yeah, let me play catch up. I want to see my chats today, so I'm putting it up on my phone so I can see the chats I can go through it. I need y'all pick. Man, so they see that right there. All right, fellas. Hold on, I'll be there. The hell? All right, y'all. See, I get the glasses right quick so I can see the shit. I can. All right. 1 second. All right, fam. Can y'all hear me good? Make sure y'all can hear me. I need a thumbs up just to make sure before I take off. John Rocket said you did a he did a limb keep on a hard turning spat mill. Yeah, it does work. All right, y'all. This is the Robert Lean Keep. It says, I choose the technique that conditions the body to utilize the most nutrition in a short time. A running keep is a free condition is a free conditioning. The body will convert a vast amount of nutrients and fuel into energy at a low temperature for a long time. The technique is the technique used properly with a schedule that allows the dog to respiratory recover sufficiently. Every time he comes from maximum stress every day at least 6 times will allow the dog to start the contest prepared to stay at a maximum stress. MS for as long as it takes. Not fight good for 30 minutes and fade and still win. I mean, jump to the MS and at the end of the contest, still have above average heart rate. I'm happy because I did all I could do for the animal, whether I win or lose. The words maximum stress expressed during conditioning means he will break stride to recover. Now, how many times have y'all heard me talk about this maximum stress? You know what I mean? I hear you guys have done the lean keep, lean keep, but how many do y'all, do you know the logic and the game plan behind the use of it? And okay, mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. I've seen my mic there. I seen that thumbs up there, so that means y'all can hear me very well. Then that's good. So, like I was saying, y'all heard me talk about the maximum stress. Y'all heard me talk about pace. This is one of them things that, you know, depending on what type of dog you got, you know, me, I've always believed in the maximum stress, and that pressure move for the sole purpose of, you know, I'm running around with killers. I'm running around with fast paced dogs that's got a lot of ability to can go in there and wreck your ass. You know what I mean? So that's what I condition for. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to iterate on that before we start getting deep down into it. Said Carlos Vegas, thanks, fam. I'll see you there. He said Mike good, then I'm good. All right. Let's see. Union County said, I wonder if it would work. Well, if you heard me say this long before I even started this basically the show, if you heard me talk about my keep and the things that we do when I put one in shape and the purpose of why I do it is you always heard me talk about maximum stress level. You always heard me talk about pace setting. Now this is going to be a good example of what he's talking about. Where does it work good at? It works good. First of all, understand, to use a certain type of keep like this, I wouldn't use it on a dog that doesn't work a lot. No, he won't be able to take this type of work. This is really something that you use on the type of dogs that have a pace that's going 100 miles an hour. I got one that would down there finish you in a 30-minute time period. If he has the pace put in him, then he might be able to take you out in 15 minutes. One thing about pace setting is this another tool in a toolbox when it comes to having the right stuff to use on your dog to make the best benefit for them to win. All right. Okay, he said, I'm happy because I did it all I could do for the animal, whether you win or lose. The maximum stress expressed during conditioning means he will break stride to recover. MS expressed in the contest means while at MS maximum stress was what he's saying. While at maximum stress, he won't have to break stride to recover because his heart rate has never been higher during the contest than any day during the entire keep. Most likely never reach but 2/3, which will lengthen the time at maximum stress and shorten the recovery time so he can get back to the business at hand with the style. You see that? It said with the style. And for those who have been paying attention, those who've been paying attention to the show and been listening to me throughout all these last 3 years, we have spoke up on this, and I heard and got so much kickback. Now we actually got the man on here, and now I got everybody acting like they understand what maximum stress and the whole purpose of pace is. Okay, so before I go diving into it, let me just make sure we got the people here to get me some true understanding. What is the purpose of pace setting? Somebody out there, put it down there. What is the purpose of pace setting? What is the advantage of having a dog that can set a high, fast pace? What is that purpose? It's like a football game. It's in your toolbox. Okay, when do you grab this tool, and what is this tool good for? Pace setting. I'll give you. Okay, we got Burning Star says endurance. Burning Star says endurance. So teaching twin, tell them what's important and why it sets and why it sets the whole thing up. And you're right, it does. It sets the whole. It's a plan. It's almost like a football plan you're using, and it does set them up. Because a lot of guys don't understand maximum stress. A lot of guys don't understand what a pace is. You know what I mean? A lot of them don't understand what a pace is. It takes the mouth out of them. Now, dog father, let me tell you something. Why would I be bringing in a killer? Why would I be bringing in a killer and got him going at a pace and maximum stress and be losing mouth? Now, if y'all didn't heard me, y'all already know I got killers. And my killers bite hard. So why would you think I'm losing mouth? Who told you that? Because you sure don't know. Because whoever told you that, they're lying to you. They're not telling you the truth. Dog gonna bite as hard as you want to bite. For all those who always got their dog mouth on something, snatching and swinging it and all that shit, if you're gonna lose a dog's mouth, you got more chances to lose a dog's mouth doing that than you have losing a dog's mouth in a key. Let me just speak myself and make it clear. Stop listening to those old fable bullshit, because that is one of the most ridiculous ones. Yeah, I lost my mouth in the key. How in the hell you lose your mouth in the key? How? Okay, dog father here, that was a good one. If a dog can't keep up, he's done. Now, that is a great point. That's it. Don't everybody do this. Don't everybody know this. You understand? Don't everybody know this. If a dog can keep up, he uses more energy. If he's even trying to be staying ahead, he is exerting more energy that you was literally giving him during the key. He is definitely losing a lot of energy trying to stay ahead or trying to stay close. That's the opponent. Clearly, it's the opponent. If he's trying to stay close or trying to stay ahead, don't mean that he got to come in. A pace setter don't mean he's going to come in winning all the damn time. That don't mean shit. Don't have nothing to do with the dog. You're setting the dog up to be able to take on. There's no guarantees your dog going to go in there setting a pace and be outperformed. You know what I mean? Performance has everything, and ability has a lot to do with it. He might be losing, but because he's got such a fast pace, he won't be losing long, because if the dog who's beating his ass is trying to stay ahead and your dog is pushing and digging at a fast pace, that other dog is not going to be ahead long. Let me give y'all some philosophy in that shit for those who act like y'all don't understand what position you're in here. Okay? Let me help you. Yep. False a pacer, but you're fast, quick, strong, stifle dogs, boss, quick, order, cook, or pace himself. It was his only me in instructing. Okay. I was trying to throw you up there to help you out. I was trying to get some of this stuff to understand, because I want some of y'all inputs in here. So I will be putting them across the top. Those that I see this just catching on. Okay, I'm trying to catch on and doing what I'm trying to read, and that's not working out too good. It also depends on the styles. It really don't even depend on the styles, fellas. It has nothing to do with styles. You go in because you don't know what kind of style your dog got. I mean, it does in a sense, Marcus B. I mean, like I said, I come in with killers. So if I'm coming with a killer, and I come in with a killer that's got a good pace, because most good killers, they move at an incredible pace. That it will work good for me. It does depend on the style, and as we spoke earlier, like you said, it's a toolbox. You gotta go in here. You got this in your repertoire of tools. Now you're gonna take a dog that's not moving he doesn't move at a quick pace. Maybe he don't even like to work hard. Why would I try to put him through a maximum stress or heavy pace dog can keep if that's not what he's about? Pretty Mama was a dog. It did not come out killing shit. You know what I mean? She did not come out pressing. If anything, she came out to enjoy herself. But she was on a pace keep. But the way she used hers worked into her advantage. The way she used her pace and her maximum stress was good for her advantage because she didn't have to exert a lot of energy. She got a chance to just go out and fill a dog out. If you tried to kill her, then she would crank up the pace. You know what I'm saying? A dog that came in there trying to do a pace on Mama, the only one I've ever seen that she crashed was a one that came in there with a fast pace, came in there to try to knock her down, and Mama took her out. 26 minutes she had it was over. But everybody else, she came in there with a cordial style. Came in there, just to literally let the dog fill itself out. If anything, she kept her pace to the point where she let a dog run its pace all the way, like at an hour mark. And the next thing you know, bam, all of a sudden this dog is coming out of nowhere. Where's she getting all this energy from? Because she was playing the old sucker game. She didn't exert very much of her energy, and she was built on stress. She was built on a heavy pace. But she didn't waste it. She did not waste it. She went along with the dog style and pace while they thought they was trying to stay ahead. They looked good, but in the end, it was really just a trap because when she turned up, by now, guess what? They didn't have no get back power. They didn't have no recovery power. Once she took over, they never recovered. A dog, you can tell a good dog once he get past an hour. Because if he's got the pace in it, he's going to be there. If he didn't exert it up thinking he wouldn't be there that long, then he's going to get tired. And once he get tired, we got troubles. Which one? Let me see. This one? I couldn't see the mouse. Oh. Where's that one at? Okay. All right, y'all. Come on, let's get back on here. Okay, most likely, number 2. Okay, technique, scheduling recovery. Progressively resting is the correct way to prepare for your dog for the contest. A free turning treadmill, easy pulling flying Jenny, or bicycle allow the dog to condition at a very high heart rate without any stress, strain, or tension. Your dog may get tired, but never get weak and stagger around. Even if the contest goes more than an hour, the contest will tell the whole story. I missed it more times than I would like to remember. I hope to enlighten everybody so your dog won't flutter, break stride with no choice in the matter. If at any time he slows down, it is because his adversary is on the bottom trying to recover. Remember, he said his adversary is on the bottom trying to recover. I just spoke on that. I would tell everyone everything I know about conditioning maximum stress, so everyone can make adjustments to my schedule. So after every contest, you know if the dog needs more recovery time, extended progressive rest time, longer pre-keep, or fight the dog lighter, or with a running keep. You can never fight the dog heavy. When you can do that with confidence, you may not do as well as you did last time, but you won't do bad ever again. Okay, here we go. Johnny Rocket says the limb keep works. Y'all better be grabbing some Bitcoins. Hey, you better let them know. Y'all better be taking care of me tonight, because y'all want to keep getting these Jews right here. Y'all want to keep getting these Jews right here. Y'all better show some love. Better show some love. Where you at, J-Bo? I know you in there tonight. I need somebody to keep me company. Okay, here we go. Let me get this right here. Okay, free conditioning. What to do, what to expect in preparation and during the conditioning, and in preparation for the contest. Okay, the book explains the respiratory recovery method for a bulldog. I've chosen a 15-minute session. Check the heart rate. If the heart rate is the same or less than the day before, take the dog for a 5-minute walk and add 5 minutes of work to the schedule. Do this day after day until you build a 15-minute session. I take 2 15-minute sessions to reach maximum stress with a rise in temperature. Continue to add 5 minutes of work until you get a bad recovery. A bad recovery means yesterday was too much work. Now you know essentially how much work your dog can take. Remember, I've always told you that, guys. I said, how you know what maximum stress is if you've never taken your dog to maximum stress? All right? Let's marinate on that a little bit, because I don't want nobody out here killing their dogs. All right? Your whole purpose is to check and find what that stress level is. He said, Marcus B said, I got that limb book somewhere. Even has the diagram to make his meal in there. Yeah, he does have, he has a pretty nice meal too, he does. All right. Remember, guys, what you want to remember is you got to know what that stress level is. And we just went over that, but be careful and clearly understand what it means. You want to take them there so you know what it looked like. And he didn't say it, but to me, it's very important for you new guys to, when you start playing with shit like this, you need a calendar. All right? You need a calendar. Okay, it's almost very important that you have a calendar and a pen and a pad so you can jot these things down. How you gonna know what you do day to day if you ain't making notes or keeping notes on what's going on? How you gonna know? How you gonna make adjustments? You know what I'm saying? A good dog man is gonna have a calendar, a pen, and some type of paper on deck, you know, to keep really a dialogue on what you're doing. When you learn how to make that dialogue between that weight, and weight means everything. Weight does mean everything. You can pull a dog down a little, little further down, you're doing one of these pace keeps because you ain't got a lot to burn. You're taking a lot off. You're taking a lot off. You know, you ain't got that extra on there. Okay? Now, whether or not you are adding work or not, 3 days before the match, you can cut that work in half. 2 days before the match, you can cut that work in half again. Fight day, you need to finish your dog like the book tells you. A free turning treadmill is much easier than running down the road. Yes, a free running treadmill can make you, especially if you can get the dog to get the work out of him that you want. Then it says right there at the bottom, rest. All right, before I move on, everybody got this? Yeah, it's definitely a good book, fellas, but this is even better because we don't have to read the whole book. We can get right down to the nitty-gritty and just pay attention. When your dog achieves a fixed time because of a bad recovery that day to the end of the keep, your dog will build a solid basic condition. It's called rest. You still check your dog's respiration every day. At this point of the keep, his respiration may fluctuate slightly from day to day. Marginal difference should be of no consequences. By this time, you will know what a bad recovery is and make any adjustments in work time. Understanding maximum stress plus 10 days of pre-keep and 27 days of the keep only conditions for your dog for the fight. Okay. Three days correct. Oh, hold on, let me make sure. Understanding maximum stress. 3 days correctly resting the dog is only okay. 20 days of the keep only conditions your dog for the fight. 3 days correctly resting the dog is the only real preparation for the fight night and is equally important as the previous 37 days of the keep. Not enough rest or too much rest has the same effect on your dog. It allows maximum stress, that's energy deficiency, to show up in the fight sooner than you expected. I rest the dog with less and less meal work in the last 3 days of the keep because the dog doesn't need much rest, if any at all. The dog needs to retain the rate of conversion of nutrients into energy. It took meal work to create such a high rate of conversion. I rest the dog just enough for the dog's body to store inside fat, quick burning energy that is used and replaced daily under stressful conditions, and retain fluid at the rate I control. This procedure allows my dog to breathe freely throughout the fight, which results in no hot spot. They just keep kicking ass. That's why I like to fight dogs that start fast, because I really love to watch my dog assault the other dog. Clearly speaks in my language. You know what I mean? Okay. Progressive work schedule. 1, get home from work. I take my dog off the chain. I walk my dog for 5 minutes to empty out. I put my dog in the meal, and he should run as fast as he can and leave the room. Okay, now let me help something right here. All right, maybe there's something I need you guys to start checking into and understanding why I do what I do. Okay, number 1, if I come home and I take my dog off the chain, especially if I'm getting ready for a pre-keep or something like that, one thing for damn sure, my dog ain't on the chain. So I'm gonna bring that in to the equation right off the bat. I mean, I don't want my dog running the chain during the day. I want my dog in somewhere in a nice, cool place where he can sit on his ass and chill out. You know, I'm doing that before I start anything. I'm gonna make sure I got a comfortable place to be putting my dog up. Quiet place. So me, I am not one for having a dog and keep on the chain. That's number one. Number two, I need my dog in a nice kennel somewhere, in a nice cool place, not even a cold place, you know, in a place where, you know, temperature is more like, you know, adjustable. It's too cool, you know, too much, he'll get dehydrated, because in an air conditioning room, you know, they get dehydrated, you know. But I'm talking about more like in a nice warm area. You know, don't necessarily have to be a high garage either. So if you got a nice, decent place, even if it's cool, you know, just don't have it cold. And the other thing is, anytime that I pull my dog out his crate, anytime that I pull my dog out his crate, before I take him any damn where, I'm going to put him on the scale. Remember that. That's a note that I want you guys to incorporate into your work plan. From day one, from your start, when you pull that dog out, regardless of when you pull that dog out, when you pull your dog out, put him on the scale. Get your tablet, your calendar, your pen, your watch, and mark that. Mark what his weight is when you take him out. When you take him out and he piss and he doo-doo, when you come back in, put him back on the scale. Discipline, gentlemen. Discipline. This is part of the going hard side of this. Boy, you better listen. You put him back on the scale. Now, what did we just figure out? What did we just figure out by putting him on the scale? Twice already. I come home from work, I grab my dog, I put him on the scale. Then I take my dog out of shit and piss. I come back in, I put him on the scale. What did I just figure the fuck out? I'll give you guys a couple seconds to catch on. It says when everything is on point, you know when your dog is going to empty out on schedule. If you're doing it as on a regular, you will know your dog's schedule, and what he will do will be on a schedule. It's like almost like automatic clockwork. Automatic. It's almost like training your dog. Your dog is sitting there, that dog got a better watch than you do. You gotta walk around and look on your wrist to see what time it is. These damn dogs, they got their own internal clock. They get the barking and all that shit. Be 5 minutes late on their food. Whole damn yard, you know, nigga, where you at? Y'all know what's up. Okay? Wait before. Okay, we got Carlos Reyes. He says, wait. Let me see if I can get you up here, Carlos. Classroom time, classroom time. Okay. Carlos. Why can I see this like right there? There you go. All right, let me put that right there. Carlos, you are correct. It says wait before and after emptying. It's right. You know what he weighed when he came out, and you know what he weighs when he comes back. Now, if you really do this, really literally pay attention and do this every day, throughout your keep, you will be a very good conditioner. You should never have a problem like these guys be having, the last week, everything just falls apart. They don't know what the hell going on. Dog losing weight, dog drying out. They spend more the last week more trying to save their dog than they are trying to get prepared for the show. You know what I'm saying? But that is definitely the point right there. You want to make sure that you know what your dog is before and after. And as we go on, we're going to go a little deeper into that. We're going to go even a little more deeper. All right? Okay, let me see who else got that. You know how that dog weighs difference. Yes, you're right. Double Dismo. Dispo, yes, sir. You're right. Empty weight versus full weight. That's right, Game Breaker. Everybody, you can put it in all kind of different terms as you want, but every one of them are right. You are knowing what your dog is wanting. How much is he dumping? How much is he dumping? Okay? Because just imagine this. If we're going to start off doing this from day one, every time we pull this dog somewhere, we're going to put him on the scale. Watch what happens, guys. Watch what happens as I continue to tell you when to put your dog on the scale. This is going to be something that you guys going to carry with y'all forever. And when y'all go and I'm long gone and my bones and turned into dust, y'all will still be telling the Going Hard Mo told us. And it worked out just like he said. When you start checking the formula of weighing your dog and seeing what's going on, you have more control over your dog and everything you do with your dog. If you continuously put them on the scale and chart it down. Who is out there who's weighing the dog shit? Well, I don't weigh my dog shit. I mean, you shouldn't have to if you weighing the dog. You ain't weighing no shit. Ed told me long ago, pay attention to everything, and you gotta pay attention to everything. If you want to have an advantage in a keep, because keep is this is what it's called. The keep. The keep is very important. It's very important. You know what I'm saying? That's right. He said, my man said, Ed told him that. Bronco said, ain't you Ed Brand? Okay. All right, that was very important, okay? Let's keep going. All right. Walking 5 minutes to empty out, okay? Put the dog on the treadmill. He should run as fast as he can, and I leave the room. Well, it's good for you to leave the room because when you walk out the room, most dogs, they get excited and where you going? I don't want to know where you going, okay? And then some dogs, they'll sit there with their lazy as hell or smart as hell. As soon as you leave the room, they'll slow down and stop on you. It's all on how your dog work, Leave the room if your dog likes to get excited when you walk away from him. I wouldn't leave the room if when I walk out the room, my dog stops running. Because I want my dog running at a maximum pace. So just remember that. See, you hear what he says here? He says, I can hear the noisy treadmill. I feel when the dog breaks stride. When he breaks stride, he should fall to a walk or a long stride to rest and recover because he's oxygen deficient. I came back into the room so he will stay at the rest mode. I usually sit down and write something for one of the magazines. Okay, well, let's make sure we all got that understood. All right. He said, I can hear the noisy treadmill. I feel when the dog breaks stride. Because he's building a noisy treadmill. That's for damn sure. When he breaks stride, he should fall to a walk or a long stride to rest and recover because he is oxygen deficient. I came back into the room so he will stay at the rest mode. He don't want to speed him back up. He wants to let him stay at his rest mode. They want him to catch his breath. He said he usually sits down and he writes something for one of these magazines. Okay, at the 10-minute mark, I jump up and I leave the room, and he should break on top again. It is good for a dog to be able to break out on top with ease. Pay attention to your dog. You know, dogs don't run on clocks. Okay, that's just something I'm telling you guys. You learn and read your dog. Learn and read your dog. Learn and read your dog. Know when your dog is oxygen deficient. Know when your dog has gathered itself back up. You understand? Like he said, at the 10-minute mark, I jump up and he breaks on top again. Well, it might not take exactly 10 minutes. If you're reading your dog is when you get the best sufficient answer. Remember, you can't condition all dogs the same type shit. You say it all the damn time, y'all. The only reason we have to tell you in layman's terms to go 10 minutes because most people don't pay attention that close. They'll go by the book, 10 minutes. No, well, how about you go by reading on learning how to read your dog? Why would you go to maximum stress levels if you don't understand what it looks like? So pay attention. I'm adding little bits and pieces in these little segments here that are very important. All right? You should be having your pens and pencils together or be ready to hit rewind at the end of the show and spend some time going back through this. Very valuable information is going to be coming through here in this short period of time. Yeah. Let me let y'all know that these keys can be used for any purpose. You know, wall climbing, confirmation. I mean, you're going to do, I will go over some of these things and stuff here. It's really great for treadmill racing, though. You know what I'm saying? Treadmill racing, it's an asset. You know, you can't go wrong. But it does a lot of things. And as you learn this thing, you will see. Okay? Now, before I get too far ahead of myself, I want to go back down through some of these topics and stuff that I see you guys sitting here writing. All right, let's go look into these things. I see some of this stuff on the chat. Look, now I know Mike can put the clip out there on some of y'all. So while y'all out there giving up all this damn advice, I don't want y'all out there confusing people. Everybody trying to be Earl Tudor and Maurice Carver all of a sudden. You know, with all this, you know, because remember we got young bucks out there, and some people that just don't know. So while everybody's trying to stay on top of shit, you know what I'm saying? If y'all want to step up and speak your opinions and stuff like that, the door is open. The door is open. Come on in and join me. I'm going to go back up here. Okay, I just wanted to go on some of these things on some of the guys was talking, your comments, okay? Let's look at some of these comments before I go forward. All right. Like I said, 1 pound to 1.5 pounds different from full to empty. Carlos Reagan said 1 pound to 1.5 pounds different from full to empty. Okay. Okay. I'm only putting up stuff this interesting, all right, y'all? So don't get mad if I slide by your stuff. It's not that I'm not paying attention to it. Okay. Itchy brought up a good question. Itchy put up, it said, what if you get one that won't go all out on the treadmill? Hey, Itchy, take this from a dog trainer. Okay? You can train your dog to do anything. If you're gonna get a dog that you like, that is going to be willing to put some time in and some work in them, you're gonna learn how to have that one thing your dog is gonna like. You notice how people put shit in their hand and they get their dog to be focused on that hand? See, I don't train my dogs to treat. That's why my dogs ain't focused on me. But if you notice, they have either a treat, a toy, or something in their hand. You see how that dog be focused on that treat or toy? If you ever watch the dog training video, how would they be focused? You know, it'd be like two robots walking together. You know, the dog is looking at your hand or you the whole time. He's not really looking at you. He's looking at what's in his hand because you didn't offer him this thing. You know, it might be a toy that you let him play with. It might be a treat that you like giving him. But that dog is 100% focused. This is how you get your dog to go all out. You don't go asking for it on the meal. Go asking for it every time you take him out. Every time you go out there and put him on a flirt pole, you know what I'm saying? You know, give him the thing that makes him go nuts. Get him his toy that he loves. Get him something to really like. If you give him something that he really likes, that he really would do anything for you to get it, that will solve your problem. What if you get one that won't go all out on the treadmill? This dog will go all out on a treadmill, all out on a bike, all out on a flirt pole if you got something that you have trained him to love. Let's mark that one as very important to know. Good one, Itchy. That was a good one. He said, okay. Dogman says, skip the meal then. We see the shows not a once. Okay, hold on. I got to do it by show terms. Says, Dogman says, skip the meal then. We see the shows not a one walk or run their dogs in. You can see it in both. Well, let me just give you a word of advice on that one, Dogman. Smartest thing to do is train your dog to like something as he grows. Remember, I had things like the bite bar. Remember the bite sleeve that I used while y'all hanging dogs from highs? I'm teaching my dogs to run in there and get one. You don't have to be a Malawal to get one. You don't have to be a Malawal to learn how to bite a sleeve or how to take a hold or know how to dig in when I say get in. It's called training your dog. If you ain't putting the time in your dog, and you can't understand what he like and what he want, you know what I'm saying? You know, stopping and going to something else is, you know, the common thing that you would have to say to somebody who, you know, not really. That's not the way to go. The way to go is don't go grabbing your dog off the chain, expecting him to make wonders if you haven't been doing it the whole time. You know, always concentrate on what you're doing beforehand. Get your dog to like you. Get your tools together. Get your dog to do the things that he like to do. Learn what those things is. Learn what will make your dog go bonkers. And don't take another animal. It can take anything to make him go nuts. Let him learn it before you put him on a meal. You know what I mean? Okay. That was another good one, dog man. But you know, there's a better solution to that. We've always talked about pre this, pre that, pre this, pre that. You know, spending time with your dog. I'm giving you guys all the tools in the toolbox to grab after. Not the old common shit that you hear anybody who think they know what they're talking about. You know, not speaking to anybody in the room, but you hear so many of these other things and shit, but there's more than that. You know, you want maximum anything out your dog. You're always talking about spending and bonding time with your dogs. You know, try to be a little bit of a dog trainer to eliminate those problems before they come. You know, a dog is still a dog. A pit bull, whether it's Malinois or pit bull or collie or whatever the hell. You know what I mean? They will do certain things for you for the treats or whatever it is that you're giving them that they want. Damn, $49. Hell yeah, you can get an answer to that one, bro. Oh, wait. What in the world? What question you got, bro? So, what dog had the best keep you ever did or have ever let anyone do a keep for you? Well, nobody does my keeps for me. I can never say what keep was better than any of the keeps because, you know, my keeps got tested in the box. Okay, and I had one go 3 hours and 17 minutes on the same type of keep, and 2 hours and 30 minutes was like y'all see in the first 10 minutes of a great match. We did that for 2 hours and 30 minutes. A high, intense, fast pace for 2 hours and 30 minutes. But then neither dog take bottom, did neither dog take a break. It was an all-out war. But they were using my keep. These are the ones that had backdoored me with a dog that I helped them get, and then had the keep. And then they came, you know, I ended up going into these guys, you know, who were supposed to be my friends. You know, they tried to backdoor me, but they paid. But it went 3 hours and 17 minutes, and I would have to say, if there was a realization about my keep and that past Maximus Just keep, in the end, both dogs died. But mine died jumping out all the way from where I was to making it all the way home and then jumping out my truck out of nowhere and took off after a cat. Died in the midst of him chasing a cat. Okay? So he made it home. And he still had enough get up and go. But I wasn't expecting him to be able to get up and go when that door opened and that cat was there. But, you know, that says a lot. Now, I would have to say that's the best that I can honestly tell you about my keep being the best I've ever seen. Well, I can tell you like this: it's very hard to beat somebody who got it down pat and you got it on the right dog. You know, remember we're not scared of champions. We ain't scared of grand champions. We ain't scared of nobody when we got the right dog. You know what I mean? Okay. Hey, that was a good one though, bro. Thanks for that. You know, I'm gonna give you a clap on that one. Thanks for that 49. But you can ask me any kind of question you need tonight. You got the flow. Okay, that was a good one. Thank you, Derek. Who was that did that? Derek Lockett. Thank you for that, bro. That's what you call looking out for me, putting this work in. That's how you do it. Appreciate that. David Morris, if you in the room, you ain't got to do nothing but sit back and take notes, my man. I see a lot of them from people like that. I appreciate it every time you're swinging out there, guys. Yeah, that was it. It was like, damn, $50. Hell yeah. I said, damn, too. But guess what? I seen them give me more than that, man, with the love, man. That's for sure. I know. Bulldog said, I know. Okay. Let me see if I can find you, Bulldog. Bulldog say, I didn't get it, did I? Bulldog said, I know a white boy in Ohio that put them together pretty nice. Yeah, I know a couple of them up there that put them together pretty nice, you know? He could be black, you know, it don't have to be, the color shouldn't matter. Bronco said, down, twin. You know, hey, you welcome. Okay, I see that. Yeah, I mean, you're right, man. Thank you, sir. You're right. I appreciate the welcome. So, what up, boys? I forgot about tonight. And I'm used to not doing this. I get it. That's what happened. And what I tell you about being over me. Keep me right, but we still on the show. That's what it takes. I do it. Okay. Okay, flirting and fletching and tug and meal. Here we go, one. It says flirting and fetching and tug and meal. Hey, working. I hate working on dog. I get tired of walking before the dog do. Hey, you right about that, Itchy. That's another good one. You right about that. But you know, the flirting and the fetching and the tug, you know, those set up for the meal. And if you put it in right, man, that dog will go nuts. He will go nuts. He will go nuts. Dogs like to get excited. Yeah, War Eagle, y'all boy. Yep, y'all know y'all got that hurricane out there for all you guys that live up there in y'all boy in the area and shit, man. Y'all hunker down, hunker down, hunker down. Number two, Dog Man said right, color is irrelevant. It sure is, especially when you call them white boys. You know, oh y'all be mad at her. He come in there and say, "Boy, I know some niggers up there in Ohio. Y'all be feeling a whole different way." You know what I'm saying? I mean, how about you just know some people up there in Ohio that you know put them in pretty good shape? You know, we talk about them, but we all the color the person doesn't really matter. It only matters in the politics of the game. Uncle, sorry, downtrend, you preaching. All right? Okay, thanks, fellas. All right, let's get ready to go to the next stage. Go to the next stage. Yes, sir. Yeah, we are hoping for everybody to be safe during this hurricane season. Okay. We base that down into a one. Okay. At the 15-minute mark, I put my foot on the meal and check his heart rate. Every day of the keep and all the way through to the match your dog. Says every day of the keep and all the way through to the match. Your dog will do this 15-minute session. Take his heart rate. Take him off the meal and walk him out in the same place you emptied him at the start of the day for 5 minutes. After 10 days of pre-keep, you should get a hand on the heart rate that prepares him for the progressive work schedule. Now, when he says, look at your dog's heart rate, just remember something. What you're doing when they say checking your dog's heart rate, doesn't mean, if you got a stethoscope or anything, I have a stethoscope. You don't necessarily have to have it because you wouldn't know what to do with it if you really did it. But for those who want to get a little deeper into it, you can hear the heart rate of your animal like you can hear the heart rate of yourself. Okay? All right. Now, after 10 minutes a day, 10 days of this, you'd be pretty well scheduled. 3 more days of the same 15-minute schedule of the keep to ensure adequate heart rate. Now, I just want to go back over this because we're only dealing with 10 and 15 minutes here. You notice that? I just want to make sure you guys, I'm just going back up in here and make sure y'all know where we started at. All right? So I want to be able to have you guys be able to go back down through this. All these names that y'all bringing up. Hey, what's up, Ship Report? If I said that right. Okay, I'm just going to say, what's up, Mike? I'm going to do that shout out to you, Mike. Y'all see that, y'all? That was only 15 minutes of shit, okay? Okay. On the 4th day of the keep, if the heart rate is the same or less than the day before at the 15-minute mark, you get to add 5 minutes of work after you take him for his 5-minute work. He should break on top for a few minutes and break stride to rest. At the 5-minute mark, take him off the meal and walk him out and put him up. All right, let's do that one more time. It says, on the 4th day of the keep, if the heart rate is still the same or less than the day before at the 15-minute mark, you get to add 5 minutes of work after you take him for his 5-minute walk. It does say after. Right? He should break on top for a few minutes and break stride to rest. At the 5-minute mark, take him off and walk him out and put him up. So that means you walk him up for them 5 minutes, bring him back on, let him blow out another 5, and then you take him off and walk him out and then put him up. Me personally, if you're reading your dog, again, how do you know? See, that's the part that I want you guys to understand. How do you know? All right, that's what I want to talk about. The heart rate. How do you know? Okay, I want y'all to marinate on that for a minute. I want you to marinate on that for a minute while I go fix something before I might be ready to put my head in the grinder. I be putting up these things and be forgetting to take them down. It might be getting real. You be like, man, let me see if I can find it. Cause I didn't put it up here. No. Okay, we right with you guys. I just had it. Dang it. There you go. Okay. All right, now. It says, Greater Than says, twin, did these students just look at your dogs, or did they respect more and ask about your keeps? In the dog's traits, how much did you get to the point where you almost was annoyed? You know what? I don't never get annoyed when somebody's trying to learn. I get annoyed when it's hard for them to listen. See, when you listening, it's real easy for the teacher to get through to you when you're listening and your mouth is closed. See, when you're listening and you start talking, then there's nothing that I'm saying to you are you going to be able to hear if you're talking. So that means you're going to miss something I could have said in the midst of you trying to get in your 2 cents. Okay? A lot of it has to do with common sense thinking and paying attention and understanding everything that's being done. There's nothing wrong with stopping and saying, twin, can you elaborate on certain things? Like me talking about the heart rate. Like me talking about the heart rate. You know, what good is we talking about the heart rate if a lot of you guys don't know how to check the dog's heart rate, right? So let's deal with that part right there. If you're not going to use the stethoscope, what other way can we check a dog's heart rate? You know what I mean? Which I think would be a good question to ask. You know? My thing was I had a stethoscope, but I just read my dog. I didn't even need all that. I just read my dog. None of them. Why? Yeah. Yeah. Yes. I got this. Here you go. I'm on the show. What you doing? Okay. Well, I got you, bro. I just hate when you do it. All right. All right. Now, how you gonna check your dog's heart rate? Huh? I don't want to. Okay. All right. Check your dog's heart rate. You can either feel for the heartbeat on the chest, or use a stethoscope like I would if I keep one, or locate the femoral artery pulse in the inner thigh. It's right there in the inside of the thigh. You know, for the chest, place your hand just behind the left elbow and count the beats for 15 seconds. And then you multiply it by 4 to get the beats per minute. Alternatively, you can find a femoral artery on the inner thigh and count the pulse for 15 seconds and multiply by 4. Again, get your pens. Get your pens. For the chest, behind the left elbow, place your hand just behind the left elbow. Count the beat for 15 seconds. Then multiply by 4 will give you the beats per minute. Okay? Alternatively, you can find a femoral artery, the femoral artery on the inner thigh. Okay? And then you count the pulse for 15 seconds and multiply that by 4. Again, remember what I told you about the scale? Having your pen and paper? Huh? Remember I was telling you how important that pen and paper and that calendar, what you're doing every day is? For a real conditioner who's really trying to win and dominate the game, you will go through these procedures like a Marine has to get up every day and make sure his boots is polished, his bed is made. You know what I'm saying? Everything about him is on point. You have to be disciplined to maintain that act to get ultimate effective out of a soldier. These are the things you must do for your dog. These are the things that you must do to take care of yourself. You have to have discipline. Don't have discipline, then you're going to be shit out of luck. Because this shit can go all over the place. You know, when you say these guys have taught you this and they taught you that, and these are things that what you learned today, I'm pretty sure they didn't teach you, because even I don't give up my closest secrets. So there's no way in the world you're going to convince me that they were giving up their most sacred secrets, because they just don't. You know what I'm saying, people? You know, we always got something to fall back on. And that's pretty good with no fellas, all right? So that's an understanding of what is, how you check your heart rate. Did everybody get that? Give me the thumbs up before I move on. For all you people in the backfield, or all those who goes back down through here, I'm going through this thing piece by piece. We might end up coming back here finishing this thing up on Friday. It doesn't matter as long as we got the first part right. I want to make sure we do not miss anything, because I am a firm believer in the maximum stress. You've heard me say it many times. You heard me talk about pace. I've been promising y'all that I was going to bring this keep up. And now that is here to the forefront, I'm going to give you my input, because there's still things in here that has taken my input. I hope you took them to heed. I hope you take them to heed. All right, let's keep on. Okay. Is everybody still with me? Yes, sir. Maximum stress. Okay. Okay, thank you there, Mr. Morris. I see you, fam. All right, now, where we at here? Number 9. 3 more days of the same 15-minute schedule of the keep to ensure an accurate heart rate. Number 11, on the 5th day of the keep, do the first 15-minute session and check his heart rate. If the heart rate is the same or less than yesterday, add another 5 minutes to his work schedule. Add another 5 minutes to his work schedule. Okay? Again, how you going to know if you're not keeping up with your paperwork? What this man is talking about right now, 99% of you guys won't get this part, because you don't have a way of keeping it up. If I was to ask you when come Friday, what you did on Monday, what was his heart rate on Monday, could you go and look back in your notes, or could you just sit there and give me an approximate guess? Or would you first thing come out your man, I don't know, I didn't forgot. You see what I'm saying? That's how important it is to write this shit down. How you gonna know if your dog is getting sick? Is it gonna take you 5 days to catch on, or is it gonna take you just 24 hours? If there's been a change in your dog, you will know if you keep in records of what you're doing every day. It's not like you're riding up a platform that's gonna get you thrown away. You're riding up systematically information that you have to go back on in case something happens or something is going wrong. You can almost go back through your work and see where it started, and probably get you to a place where you do more harm when you miss it and continue pushing. You ain't paying attention. You just going by, this is what I'm supposed to do on this day. And you just keep doing that and you miss everything and you wonder when your dog went down. Dog went down 4 days ago. He's looking pitiful now, but that dog started going down 4 days ago. Things like that is very important, guys. You got to pay attention. Okay, we got J-Rock in the house. What's up, J-Rock? What's up, fam? Thanks for that $9.99, fam, $10. Yes, sir. Where's the question, baby? Where's the question? You ain't get no question, I still got to put you out there, though, fam. Big shout out to that. Big shout out. Thank you. I'm getting there. Big shout out there. Thank you, J-Rock. No question in the house. I'm going to leave that door open for you, baby. You got any questions, feel have no problem asking. Thank you. My man said, greater than says, let me see if I can find you, greater than. Right above that one. There you go. Historical shit, bro. Roses. Yeah, them flowers. While y'all can smell or inhale. Thank you, fam. That's right. That's right. They've been talking all this shit. Now we down into the gritty shit. I just hope everybody can hit that replay and go back to this later. You know what I'm saying? But thanks for the big shout outs, fellas. And it's right, John Johnson. It is very important information that I'm going over. Yes, sir. All right. Again, number 11, on day 5, day of the keep, do the first 15-minute session and check the heart rate. If the heart rate is the same or less than yesterday, add another 5 minutes to his work. So that means we already doing 15 minutes. Heart rate is a little less than it was yesterday. That means he's getting better. Then that means now we up to 20 minutes on the 5th day. Okay? I'm going to tell y'all like this. I am in my world, it's almost like, what he's building on. I can tell you, I can tell you from my program, I cut to the chase, fellas. I cut right to the chase because what he's accomplishing, what he's trying to get you guys to accomplish, and it is so real. Yeah, I stuck on 30 minutes, fellas. When I put my animal up there, my mindset out at 30 minutes. I don't care how we get to the 30 minutes when I first start out. I don't care how I get there, but I'm going to get there. See, I don't take my dogs off and walk them 5 minutes and bring them back and put them on nothing. Once my dogs touch that damn meal, they don't come off of it. You know what I mean? I know their maximum stress. I know how to check their heart rate. Remember, I know how to check their heart rate where he don't have to be stopped. You know what I mean? I can check it while he's sitting up there running with my stethoscope. You know what I mean? I can check it while he's still sitting up there barely moving around on that because he'll get into a slow pace. If his tongue is hanging out, his mouth is foamy. And them first weeks, these are things that you want to pick up. You want to pick up. If you want to test your dog by taking him to that maximum, what they call that maximum stress, There's just things that you have to learn what to look for and look at. The tongue curl, the foamy mouth. Now, these are all the things in the beginning that you're gonna see these breakdowns. You know what I mean? And you're gonna help him figure them out. You're gonna help him figure out. I let my dogs cool down on the meal on their own. Because what I do on the treadmill, you ought to see what I do to them on the electric mill when I got control of it. Huh. See, that's where the electric mill comes into play for me. See, I use both mills, and I use both work. I use different apparatuses to change up things, but what I'm looking for, what I can't get out of a treadmill, I'll get out of an electric mill because I control the pace. You see what I'm saying? When I can control the pace, you know, he gonna learn how to catch his breath, but I'm not gonna put him on there until he learns what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? But I get more out of him when I'm controlling the pace. You see what I'm saying? But no need for you guys to understand that until you learn the first part of it. Learn how to read your dog. Learn how to check his rate. Learn how to check his weight. Know when your dog is at maximum stress. For those who want to take their dog off and walk them for 5 minutes, there's going to be a whole lot of getting off for 5 minutes when you're messing around in a keep like I use, okay? My keep is a little different because my dogs don't come off. My dogs learn how to recover right there on there where I don't need to do nothing. But keep them moving or let them, you know, catch their own, you know, really recover on their own. Now, once I got the body doing that on its own, you know, then I start reaching to other levels. But remember, we're still in the first stages. My thing is learn what it looks like when your dog is at maximum stress. Learn what it looks like to see him recover. You know what I'm saying? I mean, for those who want to take them off and walk them for 5 minutes, fine. For those who want to keep him on there and let him pace himself, fine. It works either way. Let him catch his own pace on the meal as long as he's still moving. Let him catch his pace. You know, no need to rush. Let him have his way. You know, that's when you back off. You know what I'm saying? But learn your dog. All dogs are different, so you have to make. But the thing is, give a damn about them being different. We're all still on the same training regimen. If I got linebackers playing a linebacker position, you know, even though they're all different sizes, different abilities and all that, you're playing linebacker. I'm going to still have you doing linebacker shit. I'm not going to go in there and change my practice for one individual. Now, that individual better get along with my damn program. You understand? That's why when everybody said every dog is different, well, damn it, that's how y'all see it, then I don't. I look at it as a whole. I got 52 damn Marines out here running. Okay? Everybody gonna be on my regiment. I said 3 miles. I wouldn't give a damn how you get there or what you do. You're all gonna be different getting there. But one damn thing we gonna all do together, we gonna get there. We're gonna do them 3 miles and we gonna get there and get it done. Give a damn who is different than the other or how you do it. The point is, we are all still on the same training regimen. Don't forget that shit. So everybody be talking about you got to train dogs different and all that shit. Yeah, y'all can fly on that train, okay? But me, on my plane, everybody stays on the meal. Nobody kicks off 5 minutes. This is a good keep. Do it the way you like. Mine staying on. And that goes on for everybody from Pretty Mama to Psycho to Baby to Buck Rogers to Dusty. Everybody that's been conditioned gonna be on that. Yeah, they might be conditioned because they're different dogs. And everybody has a different stress level and the way they handle it, but doesn't change the fact of the schedule. It doesn't change the aspect of what I'm looking for. I'm not changing my work. You know, I'm only adjusting to what the dog is giving me. That's what makes the difference. But it doesn't change the fact of what, look, I'm not going to take one off and leave everybody else on because this one needs to be taken off. Bullshit, that one that needs to be taken off, you're going to learn how to get on with the program like everybody else and learn how to stay on. But that's what I choose for him to do. You understand what I'm saying, people? I just wanted to step on that right there right quick to get y'all to see that, all right? Because that is very important. Okay? Yeah. He said, yeah, that was a good one, though. Yeah, let me find out where I was, because I have something on the screen here. Mike likes to have me keep it off. Okay. Dog man said, very important thing is here's the key word of the evening. Learn. Learn. You can learn. Good one, man. Whoever put that in there, thank you. It says, oh shit, what I did here. Okay. Oh my God, y'all hear this stuff? Let me see. Y'all hearing what I'm hearing? Okay. Yeah, that digital monitor, it does work too, y'all. But me, I mean, I use the stethoscope. You know, I have one, and it comes in just fine. Greater Than says, being a dog trainer, trend two. I know the game is to be sold, and I mean, to be sold and not sold and not sold. Could you send a hound at the time, meaning across the square or to a spot on a hog? Well, I know what you're saying. Being a dog trainer, can you send your dog into certain places and spots and stuff like that? Well, I can tell you like this, fam. I've done shows and I've told guys, and there's been guys on here who will tell you, twin is a trip. Mo is a trip in that box. Because I've been trained and taught by some of the greatest dog men in the business. I've given up secrets that they all probably pissed at me about. I've said things and told y'all things that y'all would say, well, damn, when y'all say twin, that's cheating. But, you know, it's the game is like, it wouldn't be cheating if I didn't, if you didn't know, how would you know I was cheating? What I'm doing is I'm teaching, because if you don't know it, how you gonna know when it's being done to you? Okay? So you need to have this little information in your toolbox. Before you start calling me a cheater, you start calling me a dogger. And understand, because if you didn't know, you wouldn't call it nothing. It would be being used on you, or you would never knew. When you spending time with your dog, remember I told you guys about the bite box. The fight box where I can point to this and point to that and point to this and point to that. Remember, all part of training, like he said, yeah, I am a dog trainer. Yes, and you train your dog to do these certain things. You put it over here in the left and you put it over here in the right. You put one down here on the ground on the right. You put one down here on the left. And that toy that dog loves so damn bad, you know, he loves this toy so bad. Okay? Imagine when you be able to point to which toy you want him to grab. It's like teaching him how to sit in a place you want him to sit. Go to a place you want him to go. Do certain things you want him to do. You do the same damn thing with pointing. You can do the same thing with pointing. If you start pointing, I tell my dogs when they be eating and they get some of they kibbles on the floor, you know what I'm saying? And before I pick up their pan, I point down there and get that shit up off the floor. They motherfuckers go right, they point this, I point my finger, they go to looking, what you want? But I got like, there's something down here? Yeah, something down there. You know what I'm saying? They understand that. If you're doing it consistently, making it a part of their life, when you get to that box and you get to point in stifles, or you get to point in places where he's trying to figure out, guess what? We a team. If I can point, or you can hear me, and I can get you out of a situation that you're in, because you're going to be looking for my support, I'm going to be there to give it to you. You know why he started looking at you for support? Because he's been getting this damn support since he was a puppy. He's been getting the support since I pulled his ass off the chain and started making moves with him. Don't ever forget that. Okay? Just letting you know. Just letting you know. You know, so hey, that's a very important piece, guys, that I want you guys to understand when it comes down to being disciplined. Don't none of this work if you're not disciplined. Don't none of this work if you haven't did the foregoing work before we get this damn far. There's a lot of shit that comes before we get this far. You know what I mean? Okay, on day 6 of the key, do the first 15-minute session, check the heart rate. If the heart rate is still the same or less than yesterday, add 5 minutes worth to 20 minutes to the schedule, which will make another complete 15-minute session. Okay, so that means we done went from 15 minutes to another 15 minutes. So you take him for his 5-minute walk. I cool my dog down with a water hose if the weather permits, 70 degrees or more, only after completing his second 15-minute section on the 6th day. So that means he done ran 15 minutes, got off, walked 5 minutes, got back on, did another 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? All on the 6th day. So he's literally up to 30 minutes. Remember what I tell you guys in the beginning. What is my target time? My target time is always 30 minutes from day one. I just don't take my dogs off and give them no 5-minute walk. You know, I let them cool down on the meal. If it takes 5 minutes to cool down on the meal, he's going to be either walking it or trotting it. I'm going to let him do it at his own pace, but I'm going to get it. I'm not going to take the time to take him down, take him outside, walk him around. You know what I mean? Those who choose to do that, hey, do that. I'm just telling you what I do. Okay? So now we up to 30 minutes. 30 minutes is the hang time for damn sure. That's for sure. 2 15-minute sessions is the foundation of this free conditioning program. You know? Continually adding 5 minutes every day, building another 15-minute session, looking for a bad recovery. A bad recovery means a higher heart rate than yesterday, meaning yesterday was too much work. It could take 3 to 4 or 5 or 15-minute sessions to get a bad recovery. When you get a bad recovery, you know how much work that dog can take. This is why I tell you, learn it early. Learn it early. Learn what it looks like early. How do you know if the roid is working if you ain't testing them? How you know that if the dog is getting tired at maximum stress if you don't know what it looks like? First thing you do before you fuck up is go ahead and do it right off the back so you know what it look like. Right off the back. Go right in there looking what it look like. The slobber, the curl tongue, the wiggles and the waggles. Check the heart rate, check the temperature, how hot his ass is, because he's going to be burning up. Do it at the very beginning where it looks its worst, when they haven't never done it. You do it right then, this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. You're keeping your damn notes. If you're keeping your notes and doing the right thing, believe me, you be on top of that. You'll know it before it happened. It ain't about you overworking yesterday. How you gonna overwork him yesterday if you've been checking the heart rate throughout the damn work that you putting in it? Oh yeah, I'm gonna take a peek. After 6 days of doing this shit, and I'm up to 30 damn minutes. How am I supposed to be looking at this dog? You know what I mean? How do I know if I'm getting the right work out of the dog? Am I at maximum stress level? How do you know? I mean, you might be having all the appropriate heart rates, but how do we know we at maximum? Unless we know what it look like when we get there. Let's go take a peek at what it look like ugly. Okay, here's some ugly. Okay, this is what I've been waiting on. Okay, because this ugly, it took me a while to get there to see some ugly. See, I always go looking for my ugly on a Saturday, knowing I ain't got to work on a Sunday. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna get mine on D-Day so I can have my rest day. If I'm gonna go look for ugly in my keep, I'm gonna look at it on go day. All right? This is when you go looking. This is when you go testing and seeing what it look like, because I got a rest day coming up any damn way. So I'm gonna go looking. I already know what it look like. I'm already getting good heart rate. How much can he take? God damn it, let's go find out. Best day to find out is on the go day. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? That's going to play very important. Consistency and what you're doing. You should never be taking breaks on your go day. He never has a rest day on the go day. Patterns is just that. Damn it, the dog don't walk around with a calendar, but the damn dog probably know the days of the week better than you do. Consistency and time. What you're learning, he's learning right along with you. Once you've learned, then you become that dog's greatest teacher. You will teach him how to win. When you learn what it takes to win, and it takes discipline. Having the right tools right there at your side. No cutting in, your mentor told you this, or, you know, all of a sudden you want to go tweaking this, and you better know how to get the first part right, but you all of a sudden you're doing tweaks already. Okay, getting ready to create a catastrophe, and the next thing you're gonna be ready to blame the people who's trying to teach you something because you ain't listening. You think you're smarter than everybody else all of a sudden. See, those people right there, they learn the hard lesson the hard way. The smart ones, they're gonna take every piece of this shit. Twin, I went and got me a pad. I started writing this shit down, and I had to stay focused. When you're not used to doing it, it's really hard to do it. If you get up every morning and go out there and feed your damn dogs every day and clean up dog shit every day and make sure your dogs are healthy every day, you know, that's a pattern that you created that took discipline, and you have maintained that discipline so long that it became a habit. My body wakes up, and sometimes it sleeps over because I'm sick, but my dogs will wake my ass up. Hey, it's time to get the fuck up. What's wrong, man? You all right? Come on now. You know what time it is. They be ready because they got their own time clock too, because it's a pattern they're used to. Okay? And once you create that pattern, believe me, it works like that in everything you do with your dog. Every bit of time you do it, you do it in consistency, whether it's training or bike work or point work or meal work. It doesn't matter if you're doing it at a consistency. You know what I'm saying? Regulatory actions become positive and steady action in both you and your dog. We'll start off looking hard and being hard in the beginning because you both are getting adapted to this shit. Well, believe me, you continues to do it and have the discipline to do it. It's the best thing you could ever do for your dog and for yourself because believe me, when it works, it does work, and you're becoming very hard to beat. Ask me, I tell you. You hate on me all you want, but guess what? It's hard to beat me. Shit. Okay? You better go ask some of them people who's on the other side of that wall, on the other side of that corner, before you start talking shit. Okay. There are many variables to contend with. If your treadmill is not free turning, your dog has to gallop instead of running freely. Usually a dog will stop and stand after he comes down from the gallop in a hard pulling meal. The 10-day pre-keep will condition your dog to gallop their treadmill instead of preparation for your dog. Let me see if I said it this way. The 10-day pre-keep will condition your dog to gallop the treadmill instead of preparation for the contest. Okay. When he gets to the pit, he will experience a higher heart rate than you conditioned during the keep. The reason people can't see when a dog breaks stride on a hard pulling meal is because he doesn't get any rest on top, tugging at the gallop. And if he is in good enough shape to walk on a hard pulling meal after galloping for 10 minutes, he won't get any rest tugging at a walk. So you actually are overworking your dog, starting with the first day. You will actually condition your dog to run the treadmill instead of preparing him for the contest. And when the contest starts, he's sure to take bottom to rest. Your dog will have to take bottom much sooner than expected. It's called too much work, not enough rest to recover. That's why when I come home from work, I only walk for 5 minutes, so I can put him on the meal ice cold for 3 to 6 minutes on top, because he will start the contest ice cold. When he warms up in the contest at maximum stress, he will feel strong because he have prepared you. You have prepared your dog for the contest every day. It's a feeling that he experienced every day of the keep. Hoping your advisory was conditioned with, or your adversary was conditioned with a different work schedule. Most likely your adversary will experience uncharted territory with a higher heart rate than any day of his conditioning. Okay. I'm gonna lead out of this. This is where I'm gonna end this for this week. All right. I'm gonna stop right there, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna go with prescription dog food and all that other stuff. We're gonna get back to that because where we started at is the most very important place that we need to start at and where we need to finish at. All right. Okay, and everything I just said at the beginning of this thing has been everything I've always told you guys from the very beginning. You know, what is the advantage of this maximum stress? There it is. He said it. He spoke on it. Bam! Y'all just got done hearing me say it. For those who've been with the show for a long period of time, you've heard me always say it over and over and over. Pace. Maximum stress. You always hear me say that. You always hear me make comments about that. Well, who we got here backstage? Okay, who we got back here? Dang, fam. I wasn't even on the page, baby. I missed you, but I got you here. What's up, fam?
What up, though, man?
Hey, what's up, fam? What's up, big
Man.
boy?
Hey, man,
Go ahead.
check this. Man, they gotta know, man, this meal maker, this information that you read, man.
Mm-hmm.
When I got my hands on this as an adolescent, it changed my whole you know, they can use the 15-minute session alone, just doing that alone, twin, and you'll get to see a lot. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna save your dog and you're gonna see a lot, you know what I'm saying? And then you multiply it to the 2 30-minute sessions, and like it say, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna see you get to see so much, you know, it is amazing. Man, man, that meal, this what you got, this meal maker, man. I cherished it, twin. But then also with that, with what's the guy name? Mayfield with the meal maker. Now with the twin on top of it. Ooh,
Ooh, but
ooh.
you know, because we you know, in my time, you know, I actually learned this from Abraham, uh, Joe and Nate and McNasty, Ohio Cash. You know, these guys was telling me about maximum pace because you know they were like, you know, judo. Remember I told you how I took judo overweight, and you know he went in there with this big dog, and then they taught me how to condition. You know
Right,
that
right, right.
style, that style. You know, first thing they told me was maximum stress and a pace. You want to take
Mm,
advantage of every opportunity to give yourself an edge over your opponent. Am I correct, my friend?
that's a
I
fact,
mean,
sir.
the littlest shit, and I know you know what I'm talking about. The littlest shit turns into
Yeah,
1,000 times when you notice that they didn't take advantage of it like you did. Because it shows up, don't
yes, sir. Every time.
it? Every time.
Every time. That's
Every
like I
time.
had posted, like you was saying, weighing the dog you know what I'm saying, pre-empty and unempty.
Yes,
I
sir.
think a other little perk of that is you gonna get more handling with your dog. You feel what I'm saying? Your dog's getting used to getting on and off of this, you know what I'm saying, getting weighed all the time. You know what I'm saying? Just extra handle time with your dog. I think that's a little perk inside of a perk that you giving. You feel what I'm saying?
And when you brought that up, let's just finish this first stage of conditioning by letting them know. When you get done with your dog, before you give them anything to drink, any energy drink, whatever the hell it is, your walk or anything, take him off when you're done. Put him on the scale. Put him on the scale before you put him on the meal, and put him on the scale when you're done.
Mm-hmm.
Very important. Before you work, you put him on the meal. When he's done, you put him on the meal. Guarantee you'll see what I'm talking about. Guess what? Now I'm going to go through a quick session right here before I finish this, but I'm going to just take you through a quick session of what you do with a dog on the meal. Okay, we going in on day like we already ended this. Dog wake up in the morning. Just worked last night. I fed him. So today when I wake up in the morning and I take him out, I put him on the scale. Remember, he ate last night.
Yes, sir.
He worked yesterday, but
Yes,
he ate
sir.
last night. So when I put him on the scale in the morning, I'm dealing with last night after work, and he's been fed and drank.
Yes, sir.
He's gonna get on the scale. We're gonna take that weight. We're gonna go out there and walk him. He's gonna shit and piss. We're gonna bring him back, hang him on the scale. It is very important that you write that point right there down. They have to write it down. How are you gonna be able to keep record if it's not written down? Get your damn calendars. You don't have to hang it on the wall. Get you a calendar. All this shit that we got in these damn phones and shit, you know what I'm saying? Write it down. It is very important because if your dog gets sick, anything goes wrong, guess what? You can always go back and know exactly when it started happening.
Yes.
You wake up in the morning with the dog, you put him on the scale, you shit and piss, you bring it back in, you weigh him again. Okay,
You go,
that's the start of your day.
yeah, you're gonna
Okay?
see that the next day if you really keeping notes on it. As soon as
Oh
it
yeah.
change, you gonna know. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. You're gonna know definitely, especially a drastic change.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay, now after you do that, then if you, for those who feed their dog in the morning, you know, then this would be a great time to feed. But make sure that you wrote what his weight was after he shit and piss. Now he has a whole day because you work him in the evening. Now he has something on his stomach that he can go the whole day resting because I got him in a nice little room, not on the chain, outside. Got him somewhere I can just make sure that he's saving all his energy for what I'm putting his ass through when I get home. As soon as I get home from work, here we go again. I'm putting him out. I'm putting him right on the scale. Why am I putting him on the scale? Because he ate earlier this morning. Now I'm getting to see what his weight is before I put him to work. And he's got a full stomach. Take him out, shit and piss. He comes back, put him on the scale. I chop that weight down. Now we're ready to work. Do you see what pattern is starting to show? Ain't there a pattern there?
Yes, sir.
Before I put him on the middle to work, I put him on the scale.
Yeah.
When I take him off to work, I put him on the scale. I feed him after work, and then I wake up in the morning and I feed him before I take him out, put him on the scale. You know, there's a pattern right there.
Yeah.
You should never lose where your dog is at. If you start falling off too fast, adjust the feed.
That's
You
a
see what I'm
fact.
saying?
That's a
Guys, if
fact.
they're paying attention, they don't understand how all this starts coming together. 6 and 7 and 8 weeks into your keep. This is why it's very hard to beat those old time great dog men. Because they have all their shit together. It's really hard to beat a together dog kennel. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, twin, before you
Yes,
get
sir.
off,
You got it, bro.
expound on this a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
In that meal maker thing, he also stressed the importance of you not if your dog is too far overweight, you're not gonna never find not in no 8 weeks or 2 weeks, not no 10 or 12 weeks, you're not gonna be able to find the dog correct weight. Because it got too much on it. It almost take two. He said it almost take two keeps to really find its real weight. If it's too fat, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Too.
Okay. Man, you up here and you sharing the flow with me. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna say this to you, and if you understand what I'm talking about, you take over. The whole purpose of getting your dog down to 5 pounds or what you think his pit weight is. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
There's no need to start if you don't know what your dog's weight is to pick. I don't like taking my dog down 2 and 3 pounds above their pit weight. I like to take them down 5 pounds. Okay? Because
Yeah.
I know I'm in a range. Pre-keep is supposed to give you that range of where you at.
You say that again. You want to take him down 5 pounds above his pit
No,
weight?
I don't even get started until I'm 5 pounds. But I consider 5 pounds above his pit weight.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You
sir.
know what I mean?
Yes,
I
sir.
don't even get started. So if
Yes,
he's
sir.
sitting on the chain 10 pounds and I'm talking about putting him off, I'm no way in the hell I'm doing that. No, I want to see him at least 5 pounds. I mean, I can pull the dog off the chain and look at him and say, if I take 5 pounds off of him, put him on the scale. I said, if I take 5 pounds off him, that'll put him probably at 35. He's at 40 now. Can I see that? Let's go see. You see what I'm saying? I have a pre-keep to go see, don't I?
Yeah, yeah. That was kind of my approach too, as far as just the overall upkeep of him. You know what I'm saying? I never wanted to see him real overweight. You know what I'm saying? Now wintertime and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You add weight to him, but yet and still, I still never wanted to see him too far because once it's too far gone, it's too much. It could be overbearing. You know what I'm saying? Even if you got a hard worker, it'll take you way longer than expected. I say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always say lose a quarter pound a day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's possible with the right pre-keep food, the right knowing the right know about and the right work schedule, uh, dedication,
Mm-hmm.
discipline. I think you could do it. Half a
Oh,
pound a day is kind of easy. and the white water intake
Yep.
or lack thereof.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Yes.
Or lack thereof. Good point. Good point.
Yeah.
You know, and remember, we still building muscle. We still dealing with lactic acid and all those other things that comes along with this shit. So I prefer being 5 pounds in the beginning. You know what I mean? To work off, to build on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Take off.
I
You know?
was just gonna say that because the muscle weigh a little bit more than the fat, don't it, Mr. Twin? Per
Yes, sir.
pound.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, sir. But hey man, thanks for stopping up here, sitting out with me, man, and putting your input in. What is this?
Yeah.
What should I say that again? What is it called? Break what? Cause I ain't never seen you up here before, baby boy.
This game breaker, Twin, this just break down,
This
roll
my,
up.
this
You
my,
know this what it is.
this my little man. This my man.
Yeah, this
Okay,
breakdown, man.
Game Breaker,
This
what you done
game breaker,
changed up a
yes, sir.
name on me, bro?
Nah, I
Okay,
just got my screen.
Breaker.
I just
Okay,
got my
Game
screen
Breaker,
back.
what's up, baby?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it's my man Game Breaker.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, good. Hey, man, good input. You always welcome, fam.
Yeah,
You always
yeah,
are. You know
yeah,
that.
yeah. But I think like I said, I know it's a lot of legends out there. I done heard a lot of, I done got a lot of jewels, but my top profound was the Mayfield from working the getting a dog to its natural state, like the wolf when they get killed, what they body naturally go through to get to that point. Then I got my hands on the meal maker and the max stress and the recovery.
Mm-hmm.
20 years after that, about 10, 15 years after that, I met some guys named Going Hard Kennels, and they started telling me about um pace and training, bike training and pointing and all these things he's saying like that. So that's I don't know what you think, Twin. I think that should be a pretty good combination. What you think, sir?
Oh yeah, I think it's a great combination.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Oh
those
yeah, definitely.
over the time, those are the those three that information. Not saying everybody else like schoolboy and all that. I'm just talking about just keep on that type of time. That's them the three things that stand out the most to me, especially when I with coupling with my hands-on experience with the dogs. Them three things, you take all three of that and bunch them. Now like you said, you can't be a try to be a smart ass and make your own keep and try to shortcut or modify it too much. But if you follow the steps and got the right animal, you gonna see it. Well, you ain't gotta have the right animal. If you do the steps right, your animal gonna look like it's supposed to look.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But you're right though. You always is right. Okay,
Yes, sir.
and that's a good point because you on that pedestal where you understand what's being said. A lot of guys out here, you know, you got homage to your shit. That's why you know a lot.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah. I
You
always,
listen.
I always remember what you said. I'm glad you expounded on that about that 30 minutes. I'm gonna say it again because I had to. I just a guy. You know what I'm saying was happened. You know what I'm saying. I was around it and it was max stress, but to me that 15 minutes just saved you. You know what I'm saying. Now, but what you just said though was a key of if you're gonna max stress out on the first day so you know what you're looking at and you don't really got to get to that point again until you're ready to really get to that point. That was key right there.
Thank
That
you.
was major. That's major right there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And for those who listen, if, if they picking up everything that's being said to them, remember you put it out there. All you can do is pick up around. And I always told the guys from the very beginning when I started this thing with the conditioning thing, when I was like slowly letting pieces in, letting pieces in. I always spoke on those certain things that you have to ride on and you have to understand. But I remember I said, man, I can take a dog, wash his ass out for 30 minutes, take him off the fucking meal, stand there and be holding him to my leg, and be going out. Most guys thought that withstanding that stress. Is it hard to believe that, bro? But it can't happen.
Yes, sir.
That's the goal we were looking for. That is the ultimate piece that I'm looking for, to be able to take a dog and stretch him out for continuous 30 minutes of stretching him. Give me all he got. And then take him off the mill. He's standing there looking at me with no heart rate, no nothing. Because he's been doing it so damn much, your body toned. Uh-oh, can't hear you, Trent. Hey, can you hear me, Game Breaker?
Yes,
I got
sir.
Jason.
You faded out a little bit, but you coming in clear now.
Okay, thanks for that, Jason.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. Okay, that better?
Hey, and that I think the last gym, I think the most, besides the first day max stress, there's a lot of gyms, but I think one of the most profound was that damn twin. Hold on, I forgot which one it. Ooh, it's a good one you said. Damn, it was about the fucking.
Take your time.
I can't remember. It was something you just said about
Well,
the.
why you thinking that like,
What was the last thing you was talking about?
on see you just tripped me up on that one. What was
Man,
I
I
was just
can't
talking
remember.
about just now?
Yeah, but go ahead. I'm gonna remember it. It's a
Got
good
that
one
quick.
though, man. It's a good one.
Yeah, that running that maximum stress at 30 minutes, that point where we can get them at that maximum stress level to see it really work. You know, taking them off the mill after running a hard 30. You know what I mean? Cause me, guys, I put mine on the electric mill. When I
Yeah,
get to that point, bro, I go to the electric mill. You know what I'm saying? Keeping in mind, man, homie, I'm on steroids.
yeah. That's what somebody said in the
Oh,
chat earlier. They say don't
good,
forget Twin got that. Don't forget the liquid.
okay? Goddamn right. Boy, I'm dealing with the liquid gold shit. I'm
Yeah.
supposed to see more than what you supposed to see. You ain't on steroids. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So yeah. Or was it May May? It was Chanel. Tony Rogers. Or was it May May? No, it was Tony Rogers Chanel made champion on. Yeah. It was Chanel. May she made champion down here. I think she went into Fat Bill, and then she went into champion Nene. Both of them was 4 times. You know, Chichi was a grand champion, and champion Nene was a 4-time winner, and May beat both of them bitches. I mean, in short order, blew them out. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Damn.
for number 3.
And May did that.
No, May did Pat Bills, Chichi and Nene. Chichi and
Yeah.
Nene were what they claimed was 2 of the baddest 42-pound bitches out there.
Yeah, I remember you saying about that fat. That yeah, I remember that.
You know, they was
Yeah.
destroying shit. Well,
Yeah.
May, and then but they were scared to go into each other. May came along and went into both of them and smashed them both. Smashed them both. So when I hear people talk about Mayday dogs and shit, you know, we all have dogs in our lines. You know what I mean? All lines got good dogs. But when you got a line of dogs that don't look nothing like Boudreaux in them, and Carver in them, and Boyles in them, I'm talking about they got 17 champions out there, bro, and only one out of them 17 champions could be more than that. I know 17 of them. I can tell you, out of the 17 champion and grand champions, they ain't one of them that ever took a L, and that was Neri Ager over Dog of the Year, Grand Champion Ajax. So that
Damn.
means there's 16 other dogs out there that ain't got no losses under their belt. Mayday dogs don't carry losses. Not them great ones. They can talk all this shit about them damn dogs, but that's one thing that you will not see in a Mayday line of dogs. The shit that you see in that Bulldog shit, the shit you see in that Boyle shit, you know what I'm saying? The Eli shit, you know, you got the 4-time winner, 1-time loser. You know what I mean? You see those things. You know what I'm saying? But Mayday is that line of dogs, bro, that you're not gonna see.
Once they chimp out, they ain't taking no L.
Ain't none of them lost. Ain't none of them lost. There's only one that lost, and he lost because he had a young boy that bought a dog, had the money to buy a great dog, and wanted to become famous. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like,
yeah, that's the one that did the keep. Yeah, he did the young boy did the keep. He should have let the other guy, the
yeah,
original owner, keep it out. Yeah,
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 Habana Chico. Yeah, Habana
yeah.
Chico from that Habana boy actually sold him the dog. He thought the boy was gonna bring the dog back, but when the boy didn't, he told him he hoped he lose. He was very upset. But that's what you get. You know, you can't get mad at him for spending that kind of money, and then you get mad because he wants to do it himself. It ain't your dog. If you felt that way, you should have took the money after the match. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But he wanted to get the money and do the dog, and the young boy he had a chance to put his name in history. And all he did is put his name in history as the dumbass who took a dog that out there thinking he could know what he was doing, and he could just be just a dog to win a match and messed up a great dog. I mean, how do you be in so bad condition but you still end up killing Ajax? Match didn't go for 40 minutes and both dogs died. How did that happen?
Oh,
Okay? Exactly how
oh,
it went. So that gives you an idea. Even with Noriega being fucked up, look what he was doing to Ajax. They end up
oh.
killing him. You know what I'm saying? And
That's
that's what both dogs dying. And then not going 40 minutes.
oh.
So they got them bangers out there now. Okay. Unclip. Okay. I'm getting better with that too, man. I know how to go and find the blue. Hey,
Sure.
fellas. Hey, man. I'm going down through the things and stuff, seeing what everybody got to say. You can scan that with me, man. Since you're on deck. Anytime we on deck, fam, you got something to say. You see somebody out there, do a shout out, man. You got to when you on this show, man. You part of the flow, man. You part of the panel. Speak out.
Yeah, I'm scanning the panel right now. I mean the chat.
Oh yeah, fellas, I am so sorry because we did not get to the breeds tonight. I'm really sorry about that, but I promise you guys we're gonna do a little bit of we're gonna go into phase 2 of the conditioning a little bit on Friday. But matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna do the breedings first because I want people, if you got your puppies and your pairs together, get your numbers together because Friday we going into pedigrees. We going in. We gonna see what you're feeding out here. We ain't doing nothing but puppies. I don't want to hear about nothing else but your puppies. You got pictures of them? Bring them on board. All right.
Oh,
Okay. I
I'm
don't
gonna
know
say
how.
this. I'm gonna say this just because you just said that, twin. If it weren't for GHK, I wouldn't say this right now. You say puppies, right? I think it's like got like stay two eight like 19 right now. Just goddamn it, the birth sack just came off of two.
Wow.
Yeah, two. No, it's two females though. You know what I'm saying? Two
Right. Two
different.
litters.
Two yeah,
Right.
yeah, two different. Born on the same day.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh, you got some work, bro. Get
yeah, that's some work. That's me and my partner. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna help him. You know what I'm saying? He recovering from an accident right now. I'm gonna help him. You know what I'm saying? One of my mentors I done deal with. You know what I'm saying, for a long time. But I just happened to go check. I seen them a couple days ago, and I noticed they were, she was kind of moving slow. But shit, I went over there today, both of them. I was like, damn, that's crazy.
Look, one thing about it, all you got to do is keep mama healthy.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And both,
Cause she,
it's crazy. One of them already had a litter, and she was great, mama. You know what I'm saying. And the other one, that's the one he was a little worried about, but she doing what she supposed to do too. Like she a veteran at it, so he should be in pretty good shape.
yeah, all you got to do is keep her warmed out. Keep her warmed out and keep her. When I say fed, I don't give a damn what nobody say. You know, I don't let puppies suck my bitch down because by the time no puppies is 3 weeks with the feed and the nutrients that I'm giving the mother, at 3 weeks my puppy's so damn big. You know what I'm saying? They don't need to be biting on my mom on their titties. By that time they got teeth. So at 3 weeks, I'm already prepping for shots, but they coming off my bitch. They coming off my bitch. There's no more the bitch keeping the cage clean. Cause they keep the cage clean for the first 3 weeks. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. Hey
You take
man,
a
we
go
was
ahead.
so lethal with this them pups at one time, twin. One of my good partner, another one of my mentors and my good partners. I seen them take them at 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? 2 3 weeks. We don't need the bitch no more. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean,
I
it
know.
ain't smart, but I'm just saying,
Oh
I
yeah, it
don't
is.
at that
Yes, it
level.
is. Oh, let me tell you, yes, it is. Yes, it is smart. At 3 weeks, it's more than just smart. It's obvious
Yeah.
because I will show you bitches that don't lose no weight. Be this is thick as shit. 3 weeks in. By the time I'm taking off, but y'all imagine what the puppies are looking like.
Hmm.
They so big and beautiful. Yeah, I go a whole week on goat's milk and Gerber's baby food. I keep them even fatter. And the bitch is back on the yard, eating good, getting her antibiotics put in her. You know what I'm saying? Getting that milk out of her back on the chain, bro. So for another breed. I abused Sassy Girl with the breeds I made with her. I read that bitch so damn much when she got tired, she started killing shit. All she wanted was, I'm for real. All she wanted
Yeah.
was a break. All she wanted was a break. I stopped breeding her. I sold her up there to Jamie. Jamie had 3 more litters off her ass after that, without a problem. All they needed was a break. Me, I wasn't break. She was off a little Mayday. So dog was throwing dogs, so I kept her bred. But
Hey,
yes, three
you
weeks is the perfect thing. But you have to take care of the female. Just don't leave her there with a puppy. Take her away from her pups when the puppies are asleep. Make
yeah.
sure that you take her out. Make sure she's free of worms. Make sure you give her vitamins. Make sure you give her appropriate amount of food. And in those 3 weeks, she looked as healthy as hell when she had the pups. Keep her that way. Don't let when the pup starts sucking the life out of her, that means you're not putting enough in her. If the puppies is looking fat as hell and your female looking skinny as hell, don't you think it's time for you to take your pups off your female? But goddamn,
That's a fact.
how are you gonna suck your damn female down that low? I just never had it done. So I didn't have many litters, and so you can't tell me that your bitch can don't get sucked down like that. No, they don't, because mine never did. Mine don't get sucked down like that because I don't leave my puppies on her to get sucked down like that. And if I can't feed her enough to pass on to her puppies and maintain a nice looking weight where she don't look sucked down, then the puppies don't need to be on her. That's just where I'm gonna leave that at.
I can't go against that because when you sit back and when you said it and I sit back and thought about it, all the ones that we took off for 3 4 weeks, hell, we ain't had no problems with them, and that was probably they really was some of the good ones. I can remember something, yeah, dog for dog, some good ones. That was shit got off the mama early, and then like you said, if you plan on um moving forward with your bitch, you saving a lot of wear and tear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you want to start, look, you want to, if you had a microscope, son, you would be taking your female shit the whole time, once a week while she's pregnant with your damn puppies, taking her and putting her shit under the microscope and making sure she don't have worms. See, that's a major piece right there. First of all, when the bitch come in the heat, you need to be checking her ass because you want to breed her ass and get some puppies in her. Make sure she wormed out good. That's all. You got to check your worm. Don't go looking out there. Go get you a goddamn microscope. If y'all gonna be breeding dogs, get you a damn microscope. You go out there
Yeah.
on the internet and get them for $60, $80. A good one for $80. Get the stuff to just take the shit. Learn. If you're trying to be real dog man and doggers, do it the right way. Stop this shortcut shit. I do it this on GP. Well, stop wasting your damn medicine. Be smart. Learn how to do it like the vets do it. Check your dog's dog shit. Make you a
Man,
better dog man. God damn. Don't be lazy. Don't
man,
be lazy.
that microscope twin, that's another one of them scream jewels. When I sit back and think about it, I done did all the worming and all that, and I done can say I didn't had a dog completely wormed out before. But with the microscope, I can go back and say on that, how did I know? You know what I'm saying? Well, I knew because of the dog health, but I didn't really know because I ain't look at his shit. They weren't
Right?
going to the vet. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
The overall premium health, the optimum health of the animal for a longer period of time. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm doing with these wormers from the heart wormers to the tapeworms, all that other. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this on a regular basis, so I think they would be good worm. But when you take it up under the lens, that's a whole different game. Ain't no more thinking. You is no now.
You know now. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe she cool, but
Yeah.
no. Down the belief. The belief ain't fact. You don't believe in you believe in God, you ain't never talked to him.
Hey, one of these guys in here, I think they just asked about the pups. Say ask.
That's what I was talking about right there. How long into
Yeah.
the pregnancy or
Yeah.
after birth can you start deworming? One thing for
Yeah.
damn sure, if you're making sure she don't have worms before she had a puppy, then your puppies won't have worms. If your bitch got worms during
Oh.
pregnancy, then your puppy's gonna have worms. So everybody is
Oh.
not gonna be. They might look good in the beginning, but as soon as shit touch down, they sucking on wormy milk. They sucking on worm
Oh.
body. The female wormy, she gonna catch mastitis because she was wormy. Puppies gonna get sick because they was wormy. By the time they're 3 weeks, you wonder why they starting to look like they have an orange runny shit. It's because they got coccidia along with the worms. So these are things that you must check and do before you even think about breeding your bitch. Soon as your bitch come in heat, you got 14 damn days. Take a microscope, take her shit, examine it. Don't just go warming on GP. You ain't know you're warming with the right shit. Go in there, get you a microscope. You can buy a microscope cheaper than taking your dog shit to the vet and having them test the damn shit they sell. For that, you can pay and go get you a microscope and everything it takes for you to learn how to do it your damn self. And it's a lifesaver. It's not I worm my dog every 2 weeks. Well, why do you worm your dog every 2 weeks? What if your dog don't need being wormed every 2 weeks? Or once a month? How do you know that's enough? Without the microscope, you don't know. Don't let nobody tell you that bullshit. There ain't no old timer gonna tell this old timer shit when it comes to that. That's called lazy. You know, and if you trying to tell a young dog man like that sounds smart, let me tell him as an old dog man, no, it ain't. It's lazy and it's not smart because you're guessing. All right, just letting y'all know that to be that. Okay, where we at now? I'm going to turn this over to Brother Mike. Okay, God, man, TV, he says, Down Twin gave me a flashback of my granddaddy with a magnifying glass checking the beagle shit. Man, he telling the truth. Yeah, your granddaddy was looking for them live ones to be moving around in the shit. Or those little specks of eggs. But they so some of those, and hookworms are so small, it's really hard to do. You know? He said, take your finger, dip your finger in some shit. Look here, man. I've seen guys pick up dog shit, man, and break it in half trying to show me some shit. Now y'all already know I got a phobia about dog shit, so you already know I ain't touching shit. Okay? Y'all know I ain't touching shit. I don't like it on the ground. I don't like it nowhere around. I don't like it on my shoes, my boots, whatever. When I'm handling dog shit, I'm handling like a person gonna go into surgery. When I start doing collections of dog shit, bro, I know I'm gonna be coming in contact with dog shit, but I'm gonna have gloves where I ain't got to worry like no little sissy about handling being I'm already got a phobia about dog shit. I still can handle the shit, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna handle it sanitarily. I mean, picking up dog shit and breaking it with your hands and absorbing it, I give you all the glory, fam. But you let one of my girls, and I like, my women, me and my got, we got women, man, they catch us touching some dog shit. There's gonna be a lot of shit that we ain't gonna be allowed to do with them. Okay? Let them ever catch me playing around with some dog shit.
I
And
might
I mean,
examine.
I'm gonna go up in there and play some games with my old girl. Boy, I might as well cut that finger off. Cause that
Nah,
motherfucker ain't gonna do nothing.
I
Okay?
might examine it.
Sanitation or nothing ain't gonna change your mind, okay?
Yes, sir. I done.
Sanitation is the key. Shit, I hear you, bro. Gloves is it? You right. Sanitation, you put on gloves.
Nah, that's too tough for me, twin. I done examined it with sticks and shit. You know what I'm saying? Have it in a shovel and looked at it or something, but not with no how I can't put it in my hand. That's too tough for me. I can't.
Okay? I'm telling you the truth. Me, I ain't touching the shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. I handle shit every day. Every day I'm handling shit. But you go around Twin house, Twin got gloves everywhere. I got gloves everywhere. I don't want to have to go looking for no gloves. Anywhere there's shit, you gonna find some gloves. I ain't lying. I got pooper scoopers, bro. I got water hoses. Man, do you know when I rake up shit, I put it in I get them little white hefty bags, and you know them Home Depot buckets.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I take the Home Depot bucket, bro. When I had a yard full of dogs, we tried to dig in the big hole, then we might, and taking the tractor thing and dumping it down in there and covering up this. Before you know, you got gutter, you got shit holes everywhere.
Yeah.
I had a trash can man picking up trash. So get them buckets and start putting them buckets so many places, man. Putting that plastic in them and start scooping up that shit, dropping it in that plastic bucket. That old Home Depot bucket with the top. Bruh, come pick up. They pick up trash twice a week. Guess what? They get a load of dog shit every week. You
Shit,
hear me, man?
what you think I was doing, twin? They
Okay.
got a place down here that at the like the city shops and shit. You can go get these big thick trash bags. So when I had my big yard, that's what I did. Exactly, but I mix a little bit, just like with just a little bit of dry leaves or pine straws or something. You know what I'm saying? Just in case it busts or something. You know what I'm saying? There'll be something in there. But I was feeding good dog food, so most of my shit was hard and dry anyway. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, it was a good thing. I did both though. I did the holes. The holes good, but like you said, you starting to have a lot of holes everywhere. You feel what I'm saying? So you don't want to do that, and that could start causing smell too, especially if it's somewhere where it hold a lot of water. Or it could run back
Right.
into your yard. But that phobia you talking about, man, I was like that too, twin. When I go to the yard, the first thing I'm gonna do is go around, clean everything up. I'm gonna feed them. I'm gonna water them, and then before I leave, because most of the time when you feed them, sometime when you got them on a routine, they're gonna
Shit again.
use the best shit again. So I'm gonna go pick it up again. You know, I hate that shit. I messed up so many pair of Jordans and shoes, walking in that shit, stepping it. Man, came to a point. Remember, I was telling you at one point in time, man, I didn't even wanna. I had got so man boys not taking care of they upkeep wasn't up to par. I didn't even want to deal with dogs no more, man. That shit, that shit ain't right, man. That shit is not right, man. You got to keep them dogs sanitary as possible.
Oh,
And
I mean, you can use what I use, seven dust, or like you said, pine saw spray.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Or any dog movie. I mean, it's real simple to have. You mix it with a little bit of your water, and you carry it around with your shovel. You know, if you got a couple of dogs and you got them buckets out there, you know what I use for my bag, bro. I use Walmart. I use Walmart plastic bags.
yeah,
They fit perfect, and you know that new things the girls put in their hair, them little them bands. You know what I'm saying? You know, they bands, I guess. I take them. Yeah, like rubber bands. I put that on the bucket. I put my Walmart bag in there. I use two of them. Put the handles on right there on the handles of the bag. Put them on the handles of the bucket,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then you put the band around it and put the top on. And then when you take the band off, the bag falls. You take the two handles, tie them all up, and then throw them in the goddamn bucket for pickup. I mean, to me, and I'm telling you the simplest and the easiest way, because doing this, you try to find the best way to be able to take care of your yard. Listen to me, fellas. This is the best way.
That's the best way.
Best way. Bag
That's
that
the
shit up, put it out there on the street, let them pick the shit up. Don't throw it somewhere in the yard. When you're doing that kind of stuff right there, fellas, trust me, man, it's gonna preserve your yard. You know, because shit, wherever you put it, it's gonna stink. So it's best to take it where it's allowed to stink, to the goddamn junkyard, to the goddamn dump, where all the shit goes. You know what I'm saying? So let me on that note right there, guys. Thanks y'all for showing up, showing out with me. Hey y'all, big shout out for y'all that represented with Big Money last week, man. Things been hard on me, y'all, lately. I'm having these spells, guys, where I'm doing a lot of sleeping. It's not good, but I'm still here. I'm down there. It's like I'm going through a syndrome of just whenever I get a chance to sit, I'm passing out. So I run into these moments and I lose time. So, Mike don't want to tell you. He don't like telling y'all my illnesses and shit. He'll tell you, more. I might get, but I just want y'all to know that y'all when I'm not able to do it, y'all. When my brother step in, man, he gonna always step in and always talk shit. When it comes to y'all and me, that's the time he wants to talk shit because if I'm not here, something's wrong. He ain't putting up with nobody in their shit when it comes to me. So, I enjoyed this show last week. I enjoyed y'all and put down y'all poop women, those who shouted out to him, man. I call him Reverend Mike. I just wanted to let everybody know, man, that I like that I enjoyed this show. I enjoyed the people that was there that went along with it, man, and keep it up, fellas. I appreciate all y'all. So I'm gonna turn that over to Mike. Mike, throw
so,
it roll. Look at you
so,
throwing roll already. There, have it. Okay, baby.
so, salute,
Salute.
twin Mike, man. Salute, Mr. Mo, man. It's always a pleasure, man. Every time I don't see you on the show, twin, I already know it's something wrong, man. And man, it's like I cherish these moments talking dogs. You know what I'm saying? I talk dogs with you until the cows come home, man. It's always much love, respect, man. I'm gonna do it with you until we can't no more, man. We're gonna scratch the wind until goddamn me. Where we gonna it ain't nothing else but scratching the wind. So I salute it, man.
Well, look here, man. I put it like this, man. For all y'all to be in this show, man. You know, I look at my boy True Colors. I look at Kenny Allen. You know, I look at these guys right here, man. To put it down on put it up right there on the gridiron. You know what I mean? And I look at them and just be like, you know, I cherish those moments I was with them and been around in the history that they made. You know what I mean? And, you know, I don't feel bad about the shit. You know what I mean? If I go tomorrow, I hope I left something here for y'all to be able to tell the story about me. Like I talk about Tony Rogers, I talk about Kenny Allen, I talk about a lot of the great dog men out here that I had a chance to be around, like Bill Struthers. You know, these are great dog men.
Yes,
And
sir.
James Pope, these guys, those are stories. You know what I mean? They're gone now. You know,
Man,
I just hope y'all show me the love that I still show these guys that are gone.
man,
You
twin,
know?
you know that's crazy that's how I met you. You remember on Pro Show with Mr. Pope, I got to have a conversation with Mr. Pope, and not too long after that, that's when that happened. That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's why I don't never miss the opportunity. You know, it's a you know, my mom them say it's such thing as wearing out your welcome, man, but I can't pass up them opportunities because you don't know when it's gonna be the last ones, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I'ma always be up here, you know what I'm saying, representing talking dogs, you know what I'm saying? Just so I can say I did that, you know what I'm saying? That's good, them golden opportunities, you know what I'm saying?
And you got to put the fall back on because these videos ain't coming down.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? You can just remember them videos. Nigga, I'll show you where I'm sitting there, man, twin, sitting there kicking the boo boo, nigga. Shut
Man,
up.
come on, man.
That ain't no talk, nigga.
When
I'm one of the
when-
ones that can show you. I got receipts. You know,
when we
receipts are
pop out
very important.
Friday too, I'm gonna remember that jewel too, man. It was just one of them times I was finna tell you something, and the whole thought just vanished out of my head. I don't know, I forgot what it was, but it was something great. It was one, like I said, it was a profound statement that you made. It was one of those jewels, one of them big keys. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yes, sir.
I'm pretty sure you go back and hit rewind on that and you'll see right where you was leading up to. You'll
Mm-hmm.
catch it. Because, you know,
Mm-hmm.
you'll see yourself and you'll see, you know what I mean? That's the best
Uh-huh.
way to
Yeah,
remember
yeah, yeah, yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, go back and play it back. Hey, I'm turning this over to Mike, y'all. Thank you, guys.
Yes, sir. Salute, Mr.
Hey, big shout out to my man Carlos Rakers. He said, Game Breaker, enjoyed you up there, bro. Keep scratching. Big
Man,
shout out
come
to
on,
Game
man.
Breaker, man. They showing you the love, fam.
Come on, man.
Hey,
Hey, man, listen. It's the going hard twins, man. Y'all know what this shit is, man. Hey, listen. You Mr. Mo, they gotta listen, man. To me, this just I ain't saying to it ain't others, but to me, probably one of the best number twos in the business. What was one of the best number two, or is still one of the best number twos in the business, man. That first show when you came out with that show, man. Who doing that? Them like your brother been talking about all night. Them keys, them man ain't no. Come on, man. Can't do nothing but give roses and big thumbs ups and salutes and hearts and man. This shit get me chills, Mike. Come on, man. I mean, come on, man.
man, y'all know what it's all about. Big shout out to my man MB4 Fire showing the love. Stoic Dog Man, as always, showing that love. Look here, fellas. What you know, he didn't get a chance to get into the pedigrees because again, we got kind of late, and he at least he in here, but I don't want. He got a new day tomorrow, and I wanted the days to be a little bit better. So he ain't making excuses. The fact is, Mo show up and he shows out. I just want y'all to take advantage of the information that he putting out there because I think it was Carlos Reyes. He wanted him to get back to them keeps, man, and he's got some unbelievable keeps for some great dog, man, and it's something that everybody don't have, and I think he wants to share that with you because again, we picked up our keep from not just one person, but a couple people, but then you're taking a little bit from everybody and then you just make it your own. But the things that he sit here and talk about, and I sit here and watch him talk, he stand on. You know what I'm saying? There's always the little things that, some people just do different. But for us, we only going to tell you what he experienced and where our success come from. You know, we've had many different dogs. They all wasn't the same, but you know, our success rate, and I can truly tell y'all, he never changed too much. I mean, all dogs is different, so of course, you know, there's a different way of doing things, but he sticks to the basics on how he get it done. And I still, to me, I believe his best keep was on Psycho, you know, because that's the first time I ever got a chance to see that keep get pushed to that distance. And when I say that keep to that distance, I'm talking about two dogs that went 230 something with no handles and no turns, and not a one boring moment of nothing when nothing was happening. No, 230 something with something happening the whole entire time. That's when I knew that, you know, that keep, you know, that keep could take us, you know, if we ever needed to take us there. Even though it was a fast-paced keep, you know, it didn't matter because that night it wasn't in and out. We had to almost down there spend the night, but the keep did its part because guess what? At 317, we were still scratching. And you understand what I'm saying? Well, the other one, he just stood over there and he had a change of mind. But I can't take nothing away from the dog because he was still there. He just ran into a better dog. And that night, Psycho was that dog. But the keep did his part. Now, something else before I get it out of here. I want y'all to know this keeps can be used in it'll cover any purpose. You know, we talk about the keep based on our purpose, things that we did in the past. But a keep is a keep. Whether you're doing confirmation shows, running the treadmill, it's always that you want to have the peak performance. The dog is an athlete. You want it to be able to perform to its highest capabilities, and the only way they get there is the trainer, the person who's behind them. Every sport has them. These dogs need that same attention that a human being needs to be able to be competitive. So don't think this is just a keep for, you know, no, this is just to give you an idea. This is how we did it. The things that you're doing in the now is nowhere, for me, is, you know, it's not as extreme as it was for when we were doing things because we were under extreme measures. You know, there's a lot involved in that. You know, you pushing weight, you got a hard mouth, you know, you got some resistance. When compared to confirmation shows, it's all about the look. When you start building a sculpture, you'll know the things that you want to do to build on what the look you want to have. But that weight pulling situation is almost like a box dog situation. Because anytime a dog can pull 5,000 something damn pounds, you know what I mean? And there have been dogs to be able to do these things, and then just like in our competition, have exerted themselves that they never recovered from it. It died 2-3 days later, or died the next day because they put all that on the line, and then you know, it's a sad thing that happened, but it's all about the dog. You know, so take heed to the keeps, regardless of what you're doing. You have to be able to follow the same procedure and treat it the right way, because again, we're only going to tell you what worked for us and our purpose. These people write these keeps up based on how it worked on their purpose, but the bottom line is a keep is for conditioning for a better athlete.
That's a fact.
Keep that part in mind. Take advantage of the information that's being shared. Every once in a while, you know what I mean, jump out there and put it to the test yourself. That's the only way you're ever going to know. But while I got you, and I got game break up in the house, and I see everybody showing up that love, hey, Y'all give me some more of them damn thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Muscles, muscles, muscles. Now, kill your damn self and breaking some damn roses, roses. We need them damn roses. Show the love. Hey, I want to give a big shout out. Who is that down there? That's my man. Branko, he said, Mo, today's dogs aren't doing yesterday's work. Not at all. But Branko, that takes care of my situation where I was saying, should it matter? A conditioned athlete, regardless of what sport it is, they're going to be a conditioned athlete to be able to perform to their best potential.
That's a fact. Hey, and Mr. Mike, if they read the book, you know what I'm saying, on that limb keep, he said that he could use that, he used that keep for himself, or you can use it for humans, but he used it on this, was it the granddaughter horses that did the barrels or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So that's just proof that the keep can be used in more ways than one.
That's true. And like Branko, you said as a weight puller, it is near, but not the same as box, but near. True enough, because again, it's like weight pulling is an individual, you know, nothing attacking you. That's, I mean, to me, it's harder because you got to get down and take on a task that's almost seemingly impossible, you know, to the natural person who's just looking at this dog pull 5,000 pounds. So it, on both ends, it carries its excitement because not every dog can do that. Now, keeping in mind, y'all, we know our dogs carry 15 pounds of weight throughout our entire keep. So, I mean, as what you want to know? I mean, well, that's well, I'm just taking, like I said, as a weight puller, it's is near but not the same. Well, this one. You said, Mo, today's dogs aren't doing yesterday's work. Not at all. Well, I'm not a believer. Hold on. That's not true either. That's not true either. Because there's nothing that y'all doing today that we wasn't doing yesterday. How many times have I showed you those confirmation shows, the weight puller? To me, y'all don't do them like they did in the yesterday. Y'all don't do enough of it like they did in the yesterday. Now, I'm hoping that will change. I'm hoping that y'all will get, you know, the community will pick that up. Because as far as the underground is concerned, I mean, what's missing? I mean, they're gonna be, them people gonna be who they want to be, and they're just gonna do what they do. And not everybody can be, you know, not everybody for back then was into what we were doing, and I wouldn't expect everybody right now to do what we were doing. That should make a difference, because either way it go, whether you're weight pulling or whether you was a box man, we wouldn't be talking about you or your damn dog if you wasn't worth talking about. And as long as I've been in this game, and it's over 40 plus years, I've always found, and today still see people have something to talk about when it comes to these dogs. So yeah, I'm not going to say dogs aren't doing yesterday's work. Well, no, you don't know that. I mean, and I'm glad if they are doing it. I mean, if you, again, this game ain't gonna change. It hasn't changed over all these years, and I'm not the one to sit here and say that all of a sudden it's going to be a major change because the law does what the law does. But no, been around too long to see we was a part of that movement, that it didn't matter, and they just going to be that, and then you let them people do what they do. For the ones who want to do it the other way, fine and dandy. You're not, to me, you need to step up your game, because again, I can show you nationals and all types of things where there are still big competitions when it comes down to that. The game's not going to change. The people and the names of the dogs are going to change over the years. So, not here to put anybody down and make one better than the other. It's always going to be about the purpose. I think when we ever first started doing these videos, one of the major things he said, you got to first understand your purpose. What you going to be? You going to be a breeder or you going to be a hunter? You going to be a spectator or you going to be a participant? But whatever you going to be, you better be the best at doing it, because your competition is looking for people just like you to show you they better than you. And that's what competition does. So, not taking away from what either party does. I'm just putting it like this. History has shown you that the American Pit Bull has been able to survive. And got to remember, it's just a dog. They still, well, we still talking about the same names. You know, big shout out to my man, Mr. Jason Clark. I see you, fam. Cause it's the Booker. What up, fams? I see you, Mr. Chico Nicholas. I appreciate the love. Here, let me get my little thing here, cause you know I'm finna check out of here, and I like to have my little conversations over a little entertainment. Hold on, let me get my little entertainment going. Yeah, I like that little. All right, fellas. While I'm closing this down tonight, keep in mind, fellas, this thing here, it's not meant forever. You know, it's not meant forever. I watch a lot of these shows. I watch a lot of conversations. You know, big shout out to all my people out there who got them channels. You know, everybody got, you know, a platform to have to say what they say, which is fine. Not here to knock none of that. What I'm here to do is remember, this is the community. What do we all have in common? The love of the dog. People always say there's different ways to love a dog. Well, then we're not here to dictate which way you love your dog. What we're here to dictate is the dog will be nothing without you. Keep that in mind. The dog will be nothing without you. So whatever you do with your dog, whatever accomplishments that you make, it'll be because of something that you did. And that is something that we embark on. Everybody who's in competition has that same mind frame. Regardless of what you're doing, hog hunting, running the tree, running the mill, running, you know, whatever it is, try to be the best at what you're doing, because the competitive nature of this sport is why we still talk about the old great dogs. We can't talk about the new ones yet. But regardless of the fact, the dog and the man, they still exist. Let the underground do what they do. You'll hear about it if you meant to hear about it. But the ADBA shows, confirmation, weight pull, that's a new world. And I'm gonna throw this out there because I like the little thing that PBK and Big Fam, you know, they put up their bargaining chips and stuff, you know, having a little confirmation show, then doing the digital dog thing, all that, fine. I don't care what you guys do, how you do it. Competition is competition. Only thing we can ever tell you about and being true to what we do is our past. So, based on that past is where our experience comes from. If we was one of them that had all them years and have nothing to show for it, I'm pretty sure we would have nothing to talk about. But it's not actually about what we done. What it's actually about, if you just pay close attention to the story, fellas, if we had not have been able to get the information and have just that blessing to be around these great dog men. That's not in the books, but we still talk about their dogs. We would just be normal people who was just around regular dog people, because we would not have been able to appreciate the things that these guys have done. The Ed Crenshaws, the McNasties, the Super Kennels. I mean, Mo has a list of these guys, man. That's what history of this game that we try to share. We don't need to brag on our shit, because I don't ever remember none of them bragging on their shit. They don't even have a podcast to brag on their shit. But I would love to be a Joe Abraham that's still living. We done lost Brother Nate, but guess what? We can still talk about Joe Abraham and the Queen of Hearts. Just recently, I seen people talk about Joey McNasty and Mr. T's Joey. I mean, they dead and gone, but we can still talk about the greatness of the dog. Kenny Allen and Tornado, James Pope and Shirley too. Remember, we full of these stories, man. As dog man in this community, we're telling you guys a different story. Let that story be the reason why we still talk about these bulldogs. You know, share the love. Share the opportunity to get this information, because it don't cost you nothing. Hit that damn like button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. But if you don't get nothing from our conversation, just always listen to the end. And remember, we say, regardless of what you're doing or how you do it, always. I mean, we always scratch the win. Appreciate y'all showing up. Appreciate the love. Hold on, I got somebody. Your thing is going out here, and I see somebody coming through showing some love. Let's see where we at here. Who was that? Ron King. What up, fam? Showing that major love, coming in with a 20-piece. What up, fam? Been a long time no see. I know you be on the back street hanging out, so I know I must have touched you at some point tonight, because y'all come in showing that love, kicking the dough down. Big shout out to my man Double M Desbo. Bite down and shake that like button. I feel you. My man Bloodthirst #1, aka Havoc 360, always in the house showing that love. Appreciate you, fam. Look, fellas, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe. Don't forget we will be back Friday. Mo gonna finish up again. Mo will finish up on that keep and be working on the pedigree. So hopefully we can start this show like we have a regular time, because I don't want to keep y'all here all night on a Tuesday night. So we'll see y'all Friday. Until then, y'all rock out with me. Stay safe. Peace. Chill. Hey, don't forget that. Hit that cash out. Running. That ticker runs down at the bottom. You know, ain't nothing but just showing a little bit of love. It's not a matter of how much you give, it's the fact that you give, because regardless of whatever you give, it's going to be appreciated. We ain't going to be hating. Believe that. We not going to hate. But thank you. Yeah. Where I go here? Here we go. Bam. Yeah. Turn it up, Mike. Turn it up. All right. I can do that. Hold on. Yeah. Big salute to all my people over at 78 Sports T. Big shout out to J-Bo, Dogman TV. Big shout out to Buck City. Hey, one of my Tales of the Swamp. Big shout out to my cat brothers out there. Big shout out to Sport Dog Archive. I see you. Big shout out to all the boys over there at the Samurai Shogun Army doing what y'all doing. Big love. Hey, man. regardless of what we're doing and how we're doing it, we still have to represent the community, support each other. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing, and I'm out.
The dog game is dying. Let's talk about the game first, not the dogs. It's the challenge of the wins, the competitive addiction, the thrill of the win, and the rewards of achievements. Losing only gives you the drive to come back. I learned to watch the winners, my motivation was there, my dedication was evident, now I'm a winner. The problem is the cheating to win, manipulating the truth, and then it's the all outliers. How is this sharing our achievements with liars, cheaters, and bullshitters? We have lost the historical value of the dog game. We can't decipher the real from the fake, the lost is the cost. So I salute thee.